Hey friends, trustworthy old Kev Smith here to talk about Casemate. We're running a contest with the good folks at Casemate. They were kind enough to support our shows up at San Diego Comic-Con this year, both Hollywood Babylon and Jay and Silent Bob Get Old. And they came up with this cool idea to do a contest. Been going on. It's going to be going on until August 9th. You go to facebook.com/Casemate. You like them and you join up this contest. You put Jay and Silent Bob on an iPhone 4 case. Design it. You could win money, cash money. Out of the top 10 designs, me and Muse are going to pick 3 winners. One grand prize winner is going to win $500. 2 runners up going to receive $250 each, courtesy of Casemate. And then those designs going to be sold on the store, man. You can actually literally buy your own iPhone case that you designed featuring Jay and Silent Bob. Go to Casemate, man. Follow them on Twitter at Casemate, or go to facebook.com/Casemate and join in the contest. You got till August 9th, man. Show your art. Get artistic. Get all sorts of artsy-fartsy. Maybe win some money for your troubles, man, and be a paid vendor or a paid supplier, man. You see your product on a shelf in a store and whatnot. Casemate gonna make it happen for you. Facebook.com/Casemate, CASEMATE, for all your questions, man. They'll let you know what's going on. But join in, because if you don't win it, I'm gonna try to win it myself. I will pick myself as the winning entry if I have to. So please submit. Go to Facebook.com/Casemate.
Hey, Boston. Jay and Silent Bob are coming to raid your fridge, smoke your weed, and make you laugh hysterically while they do it. How do you like them apples? Friday, October 7th at the Wilbur Theater. Catch Jay and Silent Bob Get Old. Grab your tickets now by clicking on the link at csmod.com. So, you're saying, yo, sir dude, I love sir, and I want to show the world. Wear your sir love with our official t-shirts, biatch. Fishies have no eyes. Let us fuck. Jay and Silent Bob Get Old. The Garmy. There's also posters, action figures. There's so many to choose from. Grab your smerch at smodcast.com. Scroll down and click on Smerchandise. Catch live video clips of Jay and Silent Bob Get Old and Hollywood Babylon on the Kevin Smith blog for the Huffington Post. huff.to/Kevin Smith blog. That's huff.to/Kevin Smith blog. The Smonsters of Talk are coming to motherfucking Vegas. Jay and Silent Bob Get Old and Hollywood Babylon. Whether you want to snooch your nooch or give that penis a sandwich, the shenanigans happen August 12th and 13th at the Hard Rock Cafe, located right on the famous Las Vegas Strip. Kevin Smith, Jason Mewes, and Ralph Garman are guaranteed to make you forget you just gambled away all your money. Jay and Silent Bob Get Old and Hollywood Babylon, August 12th and 13th at the Hard Rock Cafe in Las Vegas. Go to csmod.com for tickets. Yo, Red Bank, New Jersey. Jay and Silent Bob are gonna snooch to your motherfucking nooch. I don't even know what that means. Jay and Silent Bob Get Old, live at the Count Basie Theater on October 8th. Special guest, Tell 'em Steve Dave. Get your tickets at countbasietheater.org. Jay and Silent Bob Get Old, live at the Count Basie Theater, October 8th in Red Bank. Word. Want early access to tickets for Smodcast Internet Radio's metric fuck-ton of live shows? Join Smodcast. For just $4.99 a month, you'll get CD quality audio of every podcast you hear on Sir, ad-free. It's like watching porn without having to fast forward through that goddamn plot. You'll also get bonus video content and other badass exclusives. Smodcast, where Smodcast goes save for pay. All the deets at smodcast.com. Going to New York Comic-Con in October? Well, Jay and Silent Bob are giving you one more reason to fangasm. You might want to clean that up. Friday, October 14th at the IGN Theater. Catch a live performance of the popular podcast, Jay and Silent Bob Get Old. Dust off that Batman costume that's 3 sizes too small. Or, fuck it, don't wear a costume. Just wear some type of clothing, because, you don't want to get arrested. And get ready to enjoy a thick layer of gooey comedy jizz with Kevin Smith and Jason Mewes. Jay and Silent Bob Get Old, live in New York. October 14th at the IGN Theater. Tickets on sale now. For more info, go to csmod.com.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the as of yet unnamed Daily Show. So, yeah, we need a
name.
We need a name.
I thought it was per diem. +1 per diem.
Well, the +3 per diem today, right?
Right.
Right on.
So we're just filling in.
We are. We still need a name.
Yeah, I guess do they change the name of a show just because somebody else is doing it?
No, but we're unique. We're our own. So for those of you tuning in to Jen and Kevin, Kevin is in Montreal this morning, so we have the honor of filling in for him.
What you doing there?
He is at the Just for Laughs festival doing a live Smodcast with Mr. Scott Mosier. So I think they'll be going on, I believe it's 7 or 7:30 in the Place des Arts at the Just for Laughs Comedy Festival in Montreal. We almost got asked to be up there. I guess that fell through, huh?
We did get asked, yeah. We just decided not to do it.
Next year, maybe. That's a pretty prestigious festival, I heard.
Maybe, yeah.
All the big podcasters up there. Marin, Kevin, Scott.
Not all the big podcasts.
Okay, well, not all.
Some are fucking sitting right here, bitch.
Yeah.
All right, so we gave that up. We decided to do this to be here this morning. Or you guys did. I would have just tagged along. I would have stuffed me in the trunk.
No.
Sat in the bitch seat in the middle, in the back seat.
Oh, my God.
One of those. But, so, good morning. My name is Ming Chen.
Bryan.
Hey, Bryan Quinn.
And Walt will be in shortly, we hear. He's he does not get up when the clock is at single digits, so he'll be in. He was up late last night drawing Batman. Or he's been having me print him out pictures of dinosaurs for some reason, so I think he's working on something secret. Jurassic Park 4.
Or he's just fucking around with you, trying to get you to do shit for no reason.
No, everything he's asked me to do has had some kind of goal, either little or small, but never
Little or small?
Little or small, just like me. Never
Asian.
And Asian. Never for no reason. So, but I don't know. I was I thought this might have something to do with the tie-in Jurassic Park 4. Quinn, did you hear this was the one of the biggest news to come out of Comic-Con?
No, what happened?
No, there some dude wrote a news story yesterday saying it was one of the biggest news coming out of Comic-Con, but it was like a non-story though. It was so weird.
That there's gonna be a Jurassic Park 4?
Yeah.
Makes sense.
But who was it?
It was
who
just
was the person to say it?
I don't know, some dude writing a story. It was just
Was it Brian Lynch?
It was not Brian. It was not Brian Lynch.
Okay.
Who will also be getting his own show on here. I'm giving him a plug. When or where, what it's going to be called, I don't know, but we're helping him get set up. And Bryan, have you tuned into the new Katie Morgan and Cassie Young show?
Oh, fucking stop sucking everybody's dick for 2 seconds.
We're
We're talking about Comic-Con.
All
no,
right.
I haven't tuned into Katie Morgan. We'll talk about that later.
All right.
Comic-Con, we didn't go this year, but I read online that Adrian Curry, who was married to Peter Brady guy, Christopher Knight,
Right.
is one of these girls that a self-described dork.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a dork. I'm a nerd because I like comic book stuff. And it's just like, you know what? The beautiful people have fucking taken everything from the fucking lesser blessed aesthetically people. Don't fucking take that too, because you're not. You're not a fucking dork. You're not a nerd. It has no, like, she thinks it's cutesy to say it. But anyway, she goes to this.
It's very safe for her to say.
Yeah.
Right. She can do no wrong, even by saying.
Oh, yes, she can.
All right. Well, yeah. All right.
Because she goes to Comic-Con and dresses as a character, which many people do.
Okay.
But she was ejected. You knew this, right? I'm sure you knew
No, I
this.
didn't hear about
You didn't know this?
No, I knew about, the non-story Jurassic Park 4, but I did not hear about
You're
this.
paying too much attention to that. I'll find the picture for you. She's ejected from Comic-Con because of her costume, where she dresses up like this character. I don't know the name. I'm sure. If you want to tweet it to us at BryWaltQ, go right ahead. But she goes dressed up as this character from Aeon Flux, and I guess the backside has it's like a thong type thing, so her ass cheeks are hanging out, and they ask her to leave.
That got her kicked out?
I knew it. I knew you would have that attitude. Not indignant, but like that shocked, like, oh, she's a hot chick. Let her do whatever the fuck she wants.
That's not.
Hey, she's been persecuted enough as a nerd.
That's not why. I've seen girls dressed in less at Comic-Con.
Have you? I haven't.
I've seen girls dressed in have you seen the Ivy costume where there's like a little piece of ivy covering their nipples and they're in a thong? Or I saw a chick wearing just duct tape once. It was like a duct tape costume.
Did they get ejected?
They didn't. No, they were around the whole time. So
she's not a thong on the back.
No, I mean, she did though. When she was what is this? When she was ejected from Comic-Con, she was. I guess as she left, she tied something around her waist so that
like a sweater,
so you couldn't see the crack action. But I'm looking for it right now, looking for a picture. But it's just so fucking like, a lot of kids are there.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's a big deal if a kid sees an ass. But maybe their parents think it's a big deal.
Yeah.
Maybe their parents are like, hey, I just want to go to a comic book convention, bring my kids, have a nice time with the family, and not have this fucking attention-starved media whore parading around. She could have dressed as anything.
Right.
Could have dressed as anything, but it had to be provocative. It had to be like, everybody, look at me. Look at me. I'm Adrian Curry. I was on fucking America's Next Top Model. I had a reality show. Fucking, why aren't you paying attention? Oh, I know what I'll do. Let me fucking wear a dental floss thong to fucking Comic-Con.
I don't think she's alone. That's the thing.
Yeah, but it's that need for attention that keeps us awash in good-looking girls barely dressed the world over, not just Comic-Con.
Yeah, but you can get that. You can get that attention. You're her. You can get that attention at a club,
right?
You're gonna get that attention anyway.
Yeah, she's the
because you're Adrian Curry.
She's a geek, though. So, she's got to be at the geek gathering.
I guess she has to really fucking go out of her way to get noticed. Since she suffered, she's a long-suffering nerd.
Definitely has to go out of her way to get noticed, like she wants to get noticed.
Yes,
she gets noticed everywhere she goes because she's a good-looking lady. But to be mentioned in papers, for people to be discussing her, she's got to do stuff like this.
She has to make a spectacle of herself.
Yeah.
Yes. So, that picture is probably on
forever on Twitter, tweeting pictures of like her barely covered boobs and all this other stuff, which is like, okay, fine, whatever. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
But something like this. Okay, here's the outfit, Quinn. And then if you turn it around, it's
yes. And if you want to see both sides, have you guys been to the Sin Bin, the sermon.com?
Oh, good Lord.
The what?
The Sermon. So basically what's going on is we have our own we have Brad and Chris, member of News Askew.
I love those two guys.
They are live blogging broadcast right now.
Let me tell you, those guys have been around for years.
Yeah.
And they're great every time I meet them. They're just such nice guys.
They are awesome. They're great. They make everybody's job easier. And now they're live blogging all the live Sir broadcasts. So if you go to the Sermon, SIRMON.com.
I just went and it says it's for sale by the owner. What's happening?
Did you spell it right? The Sermon.
Oh, The Sermon?
TheSermon.com.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry.
I went Sermon.
THESIRMON.com. Right. You can see everything we talk about. They'll put a picture. We talk about a news story.
Wait, they're listening right now?
They're listening right now.
Oh, hey, guys.
They're following along.
What's up, boys?
And this is a fantastic companion piece. So if you're not on there now, get on there.
Did they give you $100 to talk about this?
No, they did. They're part of the team, dude.
Oh, okay.
They're part of the Sir Network now. So, talk about Adrian Curry in a thong. There's probably a picture of Adrian Curry in a thong up there. If I mention Amanda Bynes in a bikini, they're going to put it up there.
Really?
Yes.
So we should see what they can come up with. Like, let's try and find shit.
We're talking about kitty porn.
No. Let's not go that far. Let's not go that far.
Now I want to see what picture they're going to put up for that.
Yeah.
But anyway, with Comic-Con, like, I don't know. They have porn stars there, too. In fact, one time, I don't know if you were there.
Yeah, they always have.
There was a porn star. It was before I had a cell phone, so this had to be like late 90s, I guess, very early 2000s. And I was making a phone call, and there was a girl, she was standing next to the phone there's like a wall of phones right there.
Yeah, payphones.
Yeah, payphones. And she's standing next to one of the phones, trying to make a phone call, trying to put money into, but like missing the slot, trying to put her coins in. And it's pretty easy to tell that like she's on something.
Yeah.
And she slowly but surely collapses to the floor.
Right.
As I'm standing there, and I'm looking around, I'm like, what is going on?
Where's the hidden camera?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, like it was obvious she was dressed pretty skimpily. And one of the security guards calls somebody, and after like a minute or so, some guy comes by, and I guess it was the person whose booth she was at.
Yeah.
Is like, she'll be all right. She just, she had to take her medicine this morning. Her medicine, I'm sure, being like a fucking Quaalude or, 4 bottles of cough syrup or whatever. And he picks her up and starts carrying her, and like her top was so like low cut already.
Yeah.
Both her tits are out. And he just starts carrying her away through the Comic-Con, which makes the Adrian Curry thing seem like not such a big deal. But nice work, Ming.
Nice, Ming.
But that does. There should be a dress code, I think.
Yeah, but
Should be a dress code. It shouldn't be a fucking free for all, unless it's like at nighttime how they have parties.
Yeah.
Sometimes they have parties at Comic-Con. Do like I gotta be 18 or older, and then Adrian Curry can wear whatever the fuck she wants.
Wow.
And doesn't have to be concerned with getting booted out because some dad or mom who brings their 4-year-old to see Spider-Man has this fucking attention-starved fucking dope.
It wasn't. Remember when the con?
Around.
Just going back, like
when they had comics.
When they had comics, but there was like we used to call them like it wasn't hot chicks everywhere. It was con hot. Remember the term con hot?
Right, yeah.
That's disappeared into obscurity these days because now it is.
Where do the con hot girls go now?
Yeah, con hot girls are the girls that when because cons used to be like. Almost like flea markets.
You know what they were? They were like, when you think nerd, geek, dork, that kind of shit, it's like that's who went.
Right.
It wasn't like San Diego Comic-Con where it's like movie stars all over the place. Adrian Curry running around.
She would not have gone to them back in the day.
No, they were, like Walt has talked about it on the show, when he and Kevin and I used to go to cons. If it's like, we're going... We never called them cons. We called them shows. Going to a comic book show.
Right.
And like you say, they were in the basement of churches. They were in the utility rooms of motels, like small and no glitz, no glamour, no movie stars, nothing, none of that shit. And, I mean, you rarely saw girls at that. But when we first started...
When you did.
When you did, yeah. They were what you thought they would be. They were dorks and they were nerds. And but like, let's say that you have a girl who's 5.
Out on the street.
Yeah, you go to you go to a club or you go to some sort of party and you see a girl and you're like, she's about a 5. Now she goes to a con
hot.
Early on, she's con hot, and she probably, what would you say? She's an 8 then?
She's an 8.
Yeah, or 9 if she's in a Wolverine costume.
Right.
Any costume.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is there's no competition whatsoever, and her audience are guys who are
virgins and
very desperate, and they gain the confidence.
And social,
these women,
socially inept. Sure, because it used to be that they were Adrian Curry.
Right.
During those times, it's like that's who they were. And slowly but surely, people like Adrian Curry had the nerve to come out of their shell and go to these cons because,
Sure.
I'm sure life was fucking tough for her, looking like she did, as far as dating and shit. Do you ever believe that? Do you ever believe when you see women that are like real pretty and attractive, and they're like, oh yeah, I couldn't even get a date in school. Nobody would ask me out.
No.
Yeah.
I believe them now when they say things like, I do, when they're like, it's not easy. Guys don't approach you because you're intimidatingly good looking. And then on top of that, the guys who do approach are either like assholes or something like that, I believe, because I see that in action all the time. I feel it, being as good looking as I am. Sometimes,
Right.
Women don't approach you.
Yeah, they're hesitant.
Okay, yeah.
But let's say that. I mean, we've
just gonna let that one go by. Huh?
We've run.
Women
You're right today, buddy. I'm sure.
Don't be afraid of Quinn. He will talk to you. He will charm you. He's open. He wants
I will
to talk
disappoint
to
you when you see me.
I'll lie to you. Yeah,
You
gotta be disappointed when you're not married.
Yeah.
You got to make that first move though. So come up with a smile. Come up with a line.
We've run in a few circles. Some circles where you let's say I was at a party at Kevin's house and Rosario Dawson was there.
Yeah.
Now, if I'm a single guy and she's single, not in a million fucking years do I approach Rosario Dawson. And for any other reason than like, do you need
your wine refilled?
Yeah, exactly. I just can't imagine, because you would be like, what do I have to offer this person who likely has money, is as attractive as she is used to someone with a personality that certainly supersedes yours.
Which isn't true, which is probably not even true.
No.
I don't know.
Who's she dating?
But you wouldn't do it, right? You wouldn't.
I wouldn't.
Yeah. Who's she dating now?
Well, because one,
I don't know. Let me look at it. Let me see who the.
Because we'd be hanging out. It was like at Kevin's house, right? Mm-hmm. And you would start talking at Rosario Dawson. All your friends out of there would be like, "What's up, Dick?" Like,
right?
Oh, where you going out with Rosario Dawson, Dick?
Yeah, if you even talk to her briefly,
right? Stop bothering the guests.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm seen as a pest, a nuisance.
Just sprays you in the eyes.
So that's it. You would make fun of him for having enough confidence to go up to her and talk to her.
Yeah, well, I would. I very rarely make fun of Bryan, but I would.
For
I wasn't talking about me.
For even taking a shot, you'd make fun of him?
Yeah.
However, I did talk to her briefly.
Yeah?
And she was very sweet, very normal, like not...
Really?
Yeah, because I've also spoken to people who are not that way, who, treat me as I should be treated, I suppose.
Like who?
Rosario Dawson took pity on me. I'm not going to name names.
Name names, man. Get some celebrity gossip going.
Couple profiles. Let's see. Here's who she's dated: Joshua Jackson. I don't know who that is. Jason Lewis. I don't know who that is.
Both actors.
Matthew Schreier. I don't know who that is.
Another
Colin
actor.
Farrell.
Okay.
Come on.
You're following up Colin Farrell's
Colin
act.
Farrell, right? Rosario Dawson and Gerard Butler.
No offense, maybe not attractive as Colin Farrell, but I bet you would match him personality-wise.
Oh, I'd rather hang out with you than Colin Farrell.
Yeah.
Every guy here has dark hair and a square jaw.
Okay.
Not blonde hair and an undefined jawline.
All right, on screen they have a square jaw and dark hair.
No, this is real life. You think fucking Colin Farrell suddenly is ugly?
I don't know. I don't know.
Gerard Butler.
I don't know. Movie magic, dude.
It looks like right now Matthew Schreier. Let's see. What's he up to? What's this Matthew Schreier guy? What's he done? No, this doesn't tell you. I followed a link that I thought was going to tell me.
Was like a resume, a bio.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you got his picture there. What's he look like?
He looks like Colin Farrell's
younger brother.
Younger, handsomer brother.
Well.
He looks like that guy.
Okay, all right. That's a good looking dude, I guess.
Let me see.
That too. No, he looks like Quinn, kind of.
Yeah,
there you go.
That dude's con hot,
Yeah. I can't tell you because I don't look at dudes and judge them if they're hot or not.
Eventually, the con hot girls lost their status because regular hot girls started showing up.
And they were dressing up
fives. Yeah,
like Wonder Woman and Supergirl and Adrian Curry.
Yeah, exactly. So what do they do now? I've heard girls refer to themselves. They'll be like, yeah, I know I'm con hot. It's sad. Yeah,
they're honest, but they're honest with themselves. That's nothing wrong with that.
Well, I think they probably go to the... aren't they out in the woods now pretending they're in Middle Ages and shit like that?
Oh, they do the...
Isn't that where the Con Hot Girls went?
Renaissance Fest type stuff. Yeah. Yeah, you're probably right.
I have never been to one of those. Have you?
I want to go. I talked to a girl about it, and it seems like it's the most debaucherous event of all time.
I doubt it.
No?
I mean, maybe not during, 'cause, they try to keep it family friendly as well. But maybe when the lights go down.
She said that they were drunk, and everybody, like, there was some sort of thing where you had to, like, flash your poontang to guys if they said a certain thing.
Oh, it was like an initiation?
Yeah,
like
like the reverse, like, they had to flash their wiener. I don't know if it's like role models where everybody's running around. I saw something like that actually live once. I was in Philadelphia. I was driving, and I saw they had like a whole
people fighting?
thing going on. Yeah, like people fighting with swords and girls running around with those pointy caps with that little fucking...
Oh, the streamer
little
coming
thing
off
at
of
the
it.
end of it. Yeah.
And like the whatever the bustiers or their boobs all up high and shit.
Yeah, like pushing them up so high
Yeah,
that you're
can't
just like,
breathe.
it's weird.
What is it called? The Renaissance Fair?
Yeah,
right?
I think the closest big one is
one in New
in
York,
Pennsylvania,
Isn't it Butler, New York? Isn't that?
and there's a good one in Maryland that I've been to a couple times.
You've been to them?
Yeah, I've been to them.
You dress up?
I don't dress up. I'm wearing jeans and a t-shirt.
And did you see anybody flashing stuff? Or?
No, I didn't. Not during the daytime. I was always there during the daytime. I'm sure afterwards, all the people, all the actors there, and all the vendors and all that get together, and they're getting naked and running around with fairies and shit,
Fairies like
dressed up as fairy.
Okay.
Like woodland sprites or whatever they call them.
It's a different kind of fair.
Yeah.
Well, it says it's every weekend starting August 13th.
Yeah, I had fun. The actors are not supposed to break character. There's lots of good food running around.
and you're supposed to speak in old English and shit, I guess.
Well, they are. You don't have to. You do whatever you want.
Did you
I'm gonna
dress up?
in a full
No, I didn't dress up.
I'm gonna dress in a full suit of armor in like 95 degree weather.
Clank around the entire.
Yeah,
Exactly.
like the reflection is blinding everyone.
It's fun though. They have those. They
Eat like a giant turkey leg or something.
I did eat a
or
giant turkey leg. I have what's called a steak on a steak. A big piece of
steak on a stick.
steak on a steak.
Steak
they
on a
call it.
steak?
Yeah, steak on a steak. Like a
What's
steak.
that? Oh, okay.
Yeah, like a
I
steak.
gotcha.
Like you're going to steak a witch.
Oh, I see. STAKE.
clever word.
Yeah, I know. I mean, the whole fair is full of clever misspellings and wittyisms, and, potions.
Was it filled with con hot broads?
It's a pun.
It was, yeah. Chicks
Yeah.
in with the bustiers and the little streamer hats.
Well, that's the other thing about middle range girls. Let's say if they got tits, they love to show them. Man, they put them out on display. They got to get them out there.
Especially like a heavier girl a lot of
Right.
times.
This is what I have working for me. Boom. Let me get this out there.
The girl that I talked to about it was not like you would never think that she's Renfest hot or con hot. She was just regular hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is going back a while, but so I don't know if they're up to the same stuff these days.
Yeah, you sound interested. You want to go? I'll go.
I'll go. I'll definitely go. I'll check it out.
I'll
We
totally
were
go.
trying to dip our toe into the Renaissance waters with that. What was the name?
Oh,
of that
medieval
place?
times.
Medieval times,
Yeah.
and we never made it.
That's not the same. Though.
We got
That's
defeated.
that's the Disneyland. That's like a Disneyland Renaissance festival. It's all glitzy.
That's not
and,
like you're not fucking jumping with both feet if you do it that
Yeah,
way.
you're not in the woods. There's no dirt. There's no joust. Well, there is jousting.
But it is air conditioned, and they do feed you food.
Yeah.
You sit
And
back.
there's a seat that you
Right.
can sit in. Yeah, you don't
and you're
gotta
home in
run
2
around.
hours. It's not so bad.
Yeah, there was a lot of booze at these things, though.
Yeah?
There's a lot of games you can play, like archery. Like, you can do a bow and arrow and try to shoot a target. And if you hit the target, they give you a coupon for free beer.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Nope. Stacy said she's in for the Renaissance Fair.
Oh, yeah?
Okay.
Yep.
Got her bustier out.
She's got to dress
Yes.
up as like a
yeah.
maiden.
If she does it, I will.
Now, back then, I'm sure women had far fewer rights. So, like, if, say, a knave like myself were to sweep up Stacey Patel and be like, "You're mine,"
Right.
what's she gonna do?
She's got no options, but
You don't break character, so
Nope.
she better be ready for some making out. I got fucking steak on a steak in my teeth, and
All right, this is
teeth
your
are rotting out.
this
and
is your
shit.
chance, dude. This is your chance to go from a page boy to a knight, to a full knight.
Sir
dude.
Bryan Johnson.
Sir Johnson.
Look at that.
Okay,
What would your pendant
I'll
be?
be a peasant boy. What's
You know,
it?
like your banner. Like
My coat of arms. or
Yeah,
whatever?
what would it be? What would Bryan Johnson coat of arms be?
I think it's just a circle, like a zero. There's nothing in
A
it.
circle with a slash, just
Yeah.
so it's the 0, not an O. People
Yeah.
know.
Come on,
Exactly.
you can put some stuff in there.
You are in a fucking mood today, man. What's going on?
I almost didn't even come in. I almost left you, Ming. I almost left you hanging.
Ming and Quinn show. It almost
I know
was
that would have
today,
been
so I heard.
that would have been fun.
What would you have done if Quinn nor I showed?
You know what? I thought that was happening. The clock hit 11, and you guys weren't here. Your headphones weren't set up. I was thinking.
Well, you knew I was coming though, because
yeah,
you knew
I know.
my stuff was here. But
Yeah, I saw both of you. But I mean, you guys could have been, chatting it up at Zebu for half an hour. Yeah, what would have I have done?
do you go on alone and just start talking?
Show must go on. Yeah, I mean, it would have been 2 hours of talking about the NFL.
Hours of sell comics.
I saw comics, all 3 versions on a loop. Then it would have broken with the end of the NFL lockout. And then the new Devils news, sports news. Then I would have hemmed and hawed for a long time.
For the next hour and 50 minutes.
I need you guys. And you know what? Who doesn't? I'm not the only one that needs you guys. I hear a lot of people. They're happy when we go on live.
They don't.
It's like a drug. It's like a drug. They're happy. They're ecstatic. I see a lot of tweets.
They got their fix.
Checking out our tweets right now.
Yes. If you want to tweet us at BryWallQ, BRY.
Yes.
WallQ, or I'm sure it's on the sin bin. And we've got a new fancy headphone amp here.
This is pretty nice.
Yeah. So we're not giving the company a plug because we all had to shell out for this thing. But
This is funny.
It might take phone calls. What do we got, Quinn?
Someone goes, I'm stamping coin collection con hot. What's that looking like? Nice work. Somebody says a Renaissance Fair in Pennsylvania is at a winery. That's what I was looking at. They don't let you get drunk, and it's amazingly disappointed. Gilman says that.
What do you mean they don't? It's at a winery. What do you mean they don't let you get drunk?
I don't know.
How would they know?
I guess.
Speaking of getting drunk, I went to a concert last night.
Yeah, sorry.
I went to the May.
Is that why you're dragging today a little bit? You were there a long night.
No, it really didn't have anything to do with that.
Okay.
I went to the concert at the PNC. It was the Mayhem Festival, and
What was the lineup?
there were a lot of bands. It was like a festival type thing, so
Yeah.
there were a lot of bands that I had never heard of, and I didn't go see. I actually only went to see the last 3, which were Megadeth, Godsmack, and Disturbed.
All right,
Those
yeah.
were like the last 3.
That's metal.
And although they say the Disturbed guy said, like at the very end, he's like, give it up for the co-headliners. It seems like there's one headliner, which
Yeah.
is like they were all on the main stage, but the stage dress got progressively more sophisticated and grander.
Yeah.
Like Megadeth had like just their sort of banner hanging up, and Godsmack had a little bit more
Right.
going on, and then Disturbed had a whole bit, like they had fire, and
or the video
stuff.
screens. Yeah,
exactly.
All right.
And I thought I would have liked Megadeth the best, and they were pretty good, but Godsmack was who I've never really listened to that much.
Yeah.
At one point, like they have their regular drummer, and he's on this. It's a big circular stage.
Yeah.
That's not a part of the main stage, and it like he can drive. Like, he doesn't drive it around, but I guess somebody like
Oh, he can rotate
works.
it.
He rotates it and it moves. Like
Yeah.
he can drive it around the stage, and then the singer got on, ran off stage, and then he comes driving in on his own circular stage with a drum set. And for like 5 minutes, they did this thing where they were like both drumming together.
Yeah.
It was fucking really cool. It was really cool. It was my favorite part of the concert.
Yeah.
And, like first he comes out like he's doing like some, not tom-tom, is that what it's called? What's that thing called?
Bongos.
Bongos, yeah. Indian and shit.
Tom. You can have having a powwow up there.
Peyote.
He started with that and then got into like his more drumming and shit, and like he's a really good drummer.
Yeah, drummers get the chicks.
It
man.
was do they? I
think-
thought drummers and bass players were the ones that never got the chicks. It's the singers.
drummers should get the chicks then.
They should. These drummers should get some chicks. They were good. And so that was the best part. But it happens every show I go to. And as a side note, I'm never going to a concert again without
Got into
smoking
a fight?
weed.
Oh, okay.
No, without smoking weed. It just seems so much more enjoyable, and you can get into the music more. I feel anyway. Guys who get wasted
Yeah.
and then like they're with their other guy friends,
Yeah.
and then like so aggressively isn't the right word, but
They're amped up.
it's
though.
I mean they're amped beyond belief.
Yeah.
And singing to each other like real close to like their faces.
Like their arms around each other and like
not even that. Like I mean that, but then also just like pretending they have a microphone in their hand and like singing lyrics, but like real fucking. I mean, so serious and so emphatic.
Right.
And I'm just like I'm just watching them. Like I just can't imagine. I don't have a friend. Right. That wouldn't be like, what the fuck are you doing? If I'm like subtly tearing my shirt off and I'm like, not serenading you necessarily, but
just looking at me and singing in my direction.
Yeah, like screaming and singing real loud and shit. And there are a couple groups of guys like that. It just demoralized. I had that last night. I went to the Manchester United MLS All-Stars game.
Yeah.
And Stacey and I got there, and the person sitting next to me was this bald, weird-looking fucking guy who would not stop screaming directly in my... It wasn't like people around us were into it. There was like, there was supporters on one side, supporters on the other, and they were chanting and hitting their drums and all that bullshit. And then it was mostly quiet, and the guy next to me going, "Good ball!" Like, good ball!
So
Come
not
on!
to you, but just yelling in your ear.
Because we were sort of to the left, so he was facing right, and I was sitting on his right, so he yelled directly in my ear the entire time, like, "It's a David Beckham show! Oh, here we go! Pass the Beckham show!"
It's like, nobody can hear you, right? Except for me.
It's like, oh my fucking
like,
God.
Nobody on the field can hear you.
And I'm looking at Stacey, and she's looking at me, like, trying not to laugh. And so, like, eventually, like, I paid, like, almost $400 to go to this fucking game.
Yeah.
And it devolves into just me looking at Stacey and making fun of the guy next to me, like not even really paying attention to the game. Oh, it was fucking tough, man. But anyway, yeah, it's cunts like that.
Yeah, and guys who get so drunk that they can barely stand up.
Well,
like we're in a...
They are at a concert, Brian.
Yeah, I know, but it's just like... If you're fucking like late teens, early 20s, I get it. You don't have the experience. But when you're like 30,
right,
and you're waiting, I mean, of course there's exceptions to every rule. And like the guy standing on line for concessions, and the line's long and it's sort of blocking the path of traffic, so people have to sort of go in front of you. Every single person that goes by this guy, he's like he looks like he's going to fall over, right? And it like is not glaring at them, but like looking at them as if they're some previously undiscovered species, like with real curiosity, like, oh, like, what are you doing? And 2 seconds later, somebody else walks by, same thing, just like wavering and ready to fall, and I'm like, just come on, man. Like, have some fucking decorum. Like, just a little bit.
Well, here's the thing, dude. You would say, like, people within their life have the right, or it's to be expected that eventually somebody's going to get a little too drunk without meaning to and act like it, right? You're going to give that to everybody.
Sure.
That might be that guy's one time.
You think that's his one time?
It could be.
It might be. I'm guessing no.
I was just saying, like, it's...
A lot of guys, stinky. Oh my God, because it's hot and everybody's sweating and like tons of guys taking their shirts off. And
it's not a young crowd, right, over there?
No, it was. It was.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was younger than I thought it would be.
Rock sluts?
Yeah, I mean, girls wearing like outfits. Now this is a situation where if Adrian Curry wanted to wear her outfit here,
this is it.
Appropriate.
Go right ahead.
Very appropriate.
Although there were like some pretty young kids. Like I saw kids there that I'm like, why are you bringing kids like that are 6 years old to this? Like, they can't listen to this music. There's no way they listen to it. It just seems like an inappropriate atmosphere for them. But girls that were almost naked, like short. Like I've literally seen strippers come out on stage with more than they're wearing.
Really?
Like super short shorts with ass cheeks hanging out.
How did you get in a bad mood? This sounds like fun.
I don't care about them. There was a girl in front of us that was sitting directly in front of us who I initially misidentified as a dwarf. I thought she was a dwarf. It turned out she was a midget. I mean, there's a difference,
What's the difference?
I think midgets are proportioned, whereas like dwarves have like their limbs are like, I guess they're shorter than they should be or something like that. Little person, I guess, across the board, but if you're going to delineate, there's the midget.
Sure. Do you think within the two midgets are like, I ain't no fucking dwarf?
I don't know. Probably.
Think so?
Yeah, probably. But there was a midget girl in front of me. She was so cute.
Really?
She was so cute. Yeah.
This isn't the first time you've been attracted to to midget girls. The waitress
that are of age. Oh, the Chili's midget.
Yeah, the Chili's midget girl.
But you agreed she was cute.
She was very cute, but she was.
Yeah, and this
this.
And this girl was. I guess this girl also had like little bra top on and like little short shorts.
Eh?
Yeah, her shoes left something to be desired. She had like these white Reeboks on.
Yeah,
that's where she sort of fucking blew it. You know, if she had even had like flip flops or some sort of sandal on.
Was she with a regular sized guy? Or?
She was with a full size human. Yeah. She was with a regular sized dude, but they weren't very like touchy feely, so I don't know if maybe they were friends.
Right.
Or whatever, but her band was definitely Godsmack. That's when she came alive.
That's
she
when
was
it happened.
up and down and, you know, doing the old fucking white girl stripper dance that like they always have like their hands above, like, you know, since white people can't really dance that well, that's what the white girls do. They got
put your hand
going on.
put your hands
Barbara Eden type fucked up thing.
Mm-hmm. A lot of guys. It was pretty guy centric. There were a lot of dudes there, and it was okay. I didn't love it.
Why are you in a bad mood? Why does this?
It's not bad. Like I wasn't in a bad mood. I wasn't. It's just I don't know. I just hate life. I guess just in general.
All right, nothing new. Just another day.
And yesterday was the last day that I had Seiji. I had her for a week. Babysat her for my sister went away and had her for a week. So then I have to give her up, and it sucks.
That gets you down.
Yeah, it does. And there's some people like, oh, why don't you just have a kid? It's like it's not the same.
I don't want a fucking kid.
Yeah, I want her.
Well, like it's that easy.
Yeah. And that kid would always play second fiddle to her anyway.
Yeah.
Why can't you be more like Seiji? But it was fun having her, Like, I actually enjoyed it. Like, got up every morning with her, like, get her ready for school. Suzanne does too, of course, We'd get her ready for school, and then we'd drive her to school to drop her off, and the other kids get off the bus, and they all call me Uncle Bryan. So they're like, hey, Uncle Bryan, waving and shit, and
a pillar of the community.
Yeah, well, let's not get carried away. And then go pick her up after school.
Right.
And there was a guy who, it was pretty cute. There was a dude, actually I think I might have his name. I gave him a shout out on the regular Tell Him Steve Dave this week.
Dude?
Dude, yeah. He sent a whole shitload of SpongeBob videos to Sage.
Oh, yeah.
And
ton of them.
Yeah, like 20.
Yeah.
And some of them she had, some she had. Like, she doesn't need 20 DVDs, although it was really nice of the guy to send them. Because some she had because she owns all the seasons and shit. Ryan. Banner-Roo Ryan on Twitter.
All right, thanks,
Ryan. He sent a whole shitload of DVDs to her. So Suzanne and Sage made labels. Like let's say one of the kids' names is Harry. It's not, but hey Harry, have a super sailorific sunshiny summer. It's like sort of a play on this line from SpongeBob, and love Sage. So we made 10 of them to the different kids so that she could give them away to kids that
she regifted.
She regifted a little bit, but they're sealed. It's not like she had ever watched them, and so we brought them in and to class, and I said, okay, Seiji, give this to so-and-so, and she'd bring it over to him, and like, okay, give this one to so-and-so, and you see like the kids' faces, they're like, am I gonna get one? Like, they're just like...
Because you leave one kid out just to fucking...
I left one kid out because I'm like, you're me. Know right now that
I'm making the next generation.
It's you versus
Night
life.
Zero.
The vicious cycle.
Yeah, no, everybody got one, but like as the pile was dwindling, you could see like their eyes getting bigger and like, fuck, I hope I get one.
Silent. This guy goes, dwarfs carry battle axes around, midgets don't.
All right, you want to get technical? Sure.
That's funny.
So they all get them, and like one kid is just like, do you have any Diego DVDs? Do you have any Dora DVDs?
Oh, that little fucking...
Do you have any Barney DVDs?
He's looking for more.
Well, he's looking for his favorites. I don't think SpongeBob was his cup of tea necessarily, but he was one of the first kids to go, whoa, thank you, Uncle Bryan. It's just, I don't know. It's a nice feeling.
This is where you're getting your happiness from these days.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, now that's, I don't normally bring her to school, so I don't got that. Although next week we're gonna have a barbecue at the school. Yeah, so I'm gonna go and help out with the barbecue and shit.
Uncle Brian's showing up.
Uncle
With
Brian's
steaks on steak.
BBQ. Yeah.
Grillmaster Bry.
I'm gonna be wearing one of those pointy caps with the tassel in it. Just that, and a fucking Eon Flux outfit.
You're carrying a big bottle of Big Boss barbecue sauce.
Oh, shit.
I don't see his name on the fucking
No,
ads,
it's
dude.
not. It's not.
You
He
got
was-
ads? You want to do an ad?
He did. Yeah, let's do an ad. Quinn, what do you got there? Let's.
Well, improbably, I have a hardwood flooring ad play. Is this correct?
Yes, it is. Our buddy Chris at Powell Hardwood Flooring, he emailed me. He's like, "Listen, I want an ad. I don't care if I make any money. I just want you guys to. I just want the pleasure of you guys reading it."
Well, a couple of things right off the bat.
Okay.
Anybody who listens regularly knows that we consistently have problems with these ads.
Well, we're just starting out. You can blame me.
No, it's not problems like we don't know how to do them. It's problems like you don't know enough to fucking make them into bullet points.
I'm getting there.
for easy understanding.
This is our our 8th live show. Give me, let me swing and miss a couple of times
It's
before I
looking
start
good.
hitting the home run. So, what do you say?
It's looking good, man. You got this down to half a page bullet points.
Yes.
But now also people complain and demand their money back because they feel we don't do the right read on it. Does this guy, is he ready for like...
Oh, yeah, he's a fan. he want
Okay, that's it then. We're done.
All right. Come on.
All right, so we'll get started with Pat. Well, my first question would be like, so he doesn't care if it pays off?
He's paying $100 to hear you and Bryan and I guess me, lend our voices to his product.
Because, like,
Powell-
somebody, he's from Louisville, Kentucky, and the
Yes.
surrounding area, says that's who he serves.
Yeah, shout out to Louisville.
So, hopefully, we got a strong Louisville contingent
I think
that's
we
going
do.
to need hardwood floors.
Yes.
And they're going to call our guy here.
Yes. Our guy Chris at Powell Hardwood Flooring.
.com.
Yes.
POWELL.
Yes.
Come on now.
All right, sorry.
And then I guess if you want to email him for whatever reason, Chris at PowellHardwoodFlooring.com.
Yeah, what do you mean, whatever reason? You need hardwood floors. Maybe you've had a flood.
Well, maybe
or...
people can, they can just email him and send like weird pictures to him and shit. you
Right.
know?
Yeah, and I guarantee you, when Chris installs that hardwood flooring, he won't be banging the fuck out of it like those guys back here did on Friday. Remember that?
I had a problem. Like, I wish I knew Chris at the time. I got a hardwood floor installed in my house, and they put it down, and there's one little like area over the width of 2 boards where they use that big sander thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, they obviously fucking tipped it, so it put like a divot
gouge.
like thing into it. Yeah, and they're like, well, that's just the grain of the wood. And I'm like, do I look like a fucking idiot to you? Like, it's
He's like, yeah.
obviously.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I do, because that's why you went for it. But this is clearly not, you got to replace it.
Right.
It was like $2,000, it wasn't cheap. And I had given the guy a key to the house because I wasn't always home. So I was like, if you're going to come and do it, here's a key to the house. And one morning I'm sleeping. This is before I got the LASIK done. And I'm sleeping. I hear like a rattling at the front door. And all of a sudden I look up and it's like fuzzy, but I'm like, holy shit, there's a fucking black guy in my house. Like, what the fuck? And because it was early. It was like 6:30 in the morning.
You just rolled over and presented your ass.
Yeah, I'm just like, just take it. Just do what you came to do. But I was just like, and then all of a sudden they scurry out. I can't fucking really see that well. They scurry out, and I'm like fumbling for my glasses and shit. And I was like, what the fuck? And I go out there, and it's this dude, and I actually knew him. I actually knew him from school. And this guy and his partner. And I was like, what are you guys doing? I'm like, oh, the boss said it was all right, just to come on in. I'm like, asshole, it's 6:30 in the fucking morning.
Yeah, that's weird.
Like, if it were 9 in the morning, and no, I don't think anybody knocked.
And I don't
Not
like that chain
heard.
of command that this guy's just giving the key to whoever fucking works for me either, man.
Exactly, like a guy who doesn't know enough to be like 6:30 in the morning. They're probably sleeping. There's 2 cars in the driveway. He just came in the bedroom to try to have his way with me, but
All right, so we're here to say.
I'm just like, I'm pretending I'm sleeping as he molests me. I got like one eye open.
All right, so we're here to say Chris at Powell Hardwood Flooring will not
He wouldn't do that.
come in.
What you're saying?
He's not going to gouge your floor or your ass.
Ming's saying you're saying he doesn't hire a black guy?
No, I'm saying he won't.
What's wrong with you?
I'm saying he won't come and try to assault
Racist.
you.
He wouldn't do that.
No, he'll come in. He'll do the job right.
Just to be on the safe side, don't give Chris your key, though, because you never know.
Right.
Never know what's going on.
But so Powell Hardwood Flooring is a family-owned business serving Louisville, Kentucky, and the surrounding area.
Does that influence your decision if a business is family-owned?
Yeah, absolutely.
Does it?
Yeah. Means, he's hiring trustworthy people that, and, it's been passed down probably.
Are you fucking crazy?
From his father. Why am I crazy?
Every family has that fucked up, like, brother.
Oh, that needs a job. And,
cousin, who's just like, oh my God, like, I guess I'll give him one more shot. This is the 8th fucking time.
I caught him stealing an iPod at the last job.
Right, yeah, the last time he fucking broke into, used the key to go in there and have his way with Bryan Johnson.
I disagree. Chris has a business to run, so he's going to hire trustworthy people, and who better to trust than your family? Or my family, anyways.
Yeah, okay. Let's move on to the next fucking
Chris,
bullet point.
Powell Hardwood Flooring. Powell Hardwood Flooring offers installation, refinishing, and repair of all types of wood flooring. So he could have fixed that divot in your floor.
That would have never happened.
Yeah, it would never happen
If I hired Chris.
if you hired
How
Powell.
far is he willing to travel?
Yeah. Surrounding areas, like, what does that include?
I don't know what's around Louisville. I'm not really sure.
Me neither.
Yeah, but we'll find out.
They pride themselves on customer service. See, isn't that like if I'm Chris's nephew? Mm-hmm. I couldn't work for him.
Why?
I'm terrible at customer service.
Okay,
Terrible at it.
You're not.
I'm like, Uncle Chris, come on, man. What the fuck?
You're not, Chris.
Let me just take care of the books.
I'm gonna. What was that show you got addicted to watching for a while in the office? Good Times? Was that it? Like every time I came in, you were watching an episode of Good Times.
Probably,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then you
Good
would
times.
talk about them as if they were like alive and your family members.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
I was like,
Well, wait, so who did you identify?
Loves this fucking show.
Who did you identify
Oh, it's easy.
with?
I would have been JJ.
You're JJ, all right.
Edgar's definitely James Senior.
sure,
every
yeah.
time, like every little joke JJ makes, James is like, "I'm gonna fucking end your life.
right.
Like I'm gonna beat you for having a personality.
Okay.
Like I'm enraged that you fucking quipped." You know,
Flow.
Pam's Florida. Yeah.
all right.
You watch that show, man, and fucking like Florida. Her fucking lines are always delivered the same. It's like she sets it up, she tees up, and then whack. Like she thinks she knocks it out of the fucking ballpark.
Right.
Her joke, but it's like she's so fucking proud of whatever joke she's just come up with that like she it's a presentation that like you can't believe, and then laughs at her own jokes constantly.
Right.
Constantly. It's actually a pretty terrible performance when you get down to it.
How were their floors? Did they have good hardwood flooring?
No, it was a ghetto, man. It was a ghetto. They had whatever fucking Buffalo Bookman was prepared to provide.
But the Jeffersons, had they been set in Louisville, Kentucky, probably would have.
Oh,
been able to-
Jeffersons? Yeah,
they would have had. They could have hired Powell Hardwood Flooring.
If they wanted to, sure. Because he was a small businessman who built up his own empire of laundromats.
Jefferson Cleaners.
He did, and so was Powell Hardwood Flooring. They are a small company, and
Just like the Jeffersons.
That's right. The person who answers the phone is the person who will do the work in your home. And
That's great.
Wait a second.
What's that?
How do they have time to do both?
What, answer
So
the
they're
phone?
answering the phone, and then
Do you want to call him right now and see if he's going to answer this phone?
there's no phone number here.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure it's on
Damn
Powell
it.
Hardwood Flooring. We should call.
Yeah, let's give him a call.
All right.
Because my question is, like, if you're answering the phone, who's doing the work at somebody else's house?
A family member.
Let's get this. Well, no, he's saying the person who answers the phone is the one who does the work.
Yeah, well,
the
I mean-
iPod stealing nephew's in your house right now.
I mean, you got to take the initial call before you do the
Unless it's a cell phone.
It
then
could
he-
be.
then he
Oh,
could be
okay.
out of-
Yeah, technology.
All right, let's get to the bottom of this right now.
And Bryan, he will show up at their appointed time and finish the job on schedule. So no, 6:30 a.m. Home intrusions with Powell
No?
Hardwood Flooring. Nope. Not
At that
all.
point, it's practically a home invasion, not even an intrusion.
There was no forced entry though.
Yeah, that's true. All right.
So
You should have been a lawyer, Ming.
And I'll give this one to Chris here. Gonna big shout out to his wife Courtney and his
I thought we didn't have shout-outs anymore.
And his son Towns. He wouldn't have his dream job without them.
Why? He inherited this family business?
No, I'm sure he worked hard and built it up.
I wish I could fucking be like Chris. Because here's the thing about Chris. That's his dream job, doing hardwood flooring.
This is Chris.
That sounds like a
Chris.
nightmare.
Can I speak to Chris?
You said this was Chris. Chris, how you doing?
It is Chris.
Hey, Chris. This is Brian Quinn. I'm here with Brian Johnson and Ming Chen. You're live on the show. Is that all right, buddy?
Yeah, it's fine.
Bro, what are you doing answering the phone? How do you answer phones and do the fixed floors at the same time?
Technology is an amazing thing.
Oh, he's condescending.
Wow.
I got a cell phone.
That's what it is?
Yeah, you were right, Quinn.
So I bring you into my house to do my floor, and that's what you do with your time? You take
He's chatting on the phone like a teenage girl.
I was just out, eating lunch and going through this lady's underwear drawer. And
Nice. Told your nephew, get that iPod.
I'll mail you a pair. She's got some in the laundry hamper that I think she was wearing yesterday. So
Ooh, you should eBay them.
Yeah, you'll make at least $20.
What's the surrounding area? What's the surrounding area of Louisville? What's the farthest you'll travel?
What's your service area?
let's say around 100 miles.
Well, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Let's put it this way: the bigger the job, the farther I'll drive.
Gotcha.
Wow.
So if you were going to hardwood floor like an arena for a basketball game, you go to the ends of the earth. How come? My question is, we gave a shout out to Courtney and Towns. Why? How come they're responsible for your dream job?
Because my wife puts up with more crap than she should ever have to, and she's been incredibly supportive, and she's helped me out. I couldn't do it without her.
All right, that makes sense. Does she work for the business?
She actually works for herself, but she does all my design work and helps with the paperwork, and just kind of keeps me sane when I get home after a long day.
What size crew do you have? How many people do you got working for you?
It's usually just me and one other person. We're going. I won't have a day off between now and Labor Day. Probably it's a busy time of year, so
wow.
We're going to be home. But
I have a question. It says that you have your dream job. When you were a kid, you were like, when I grow up, this is what I really want to do is do hardwood floors.
When I went to kindergarten for a career day, I went dressed as a carpenter. That's what I wanted to do.
Wow.
So,
I envy you, dude.
Yeah.
I hit pretty cool. I tell you what, I worked a lot of jobs, and Brian, I hear you talking sometimes, and I think, man, I used to be like that. I used to just not know what I wanted to do, what I was looking for, and it just worked out. And that's why, Courtney was so important to all of this, because she really gave me the confidence to just kind of one day. I started doing this when she was like 3 months pregnant. I quit my job and said, I'm going to go do this.
What'd you do before that?
Well, I was doing this, but I was working for someone else, and I hated working for other people. I wanted to do it on my own, and I called her on the phone and said, hey, I'm thinking about just shucking this and spending a bunch of money, buying a bunch of equipment, and doing this on my own. And she didn't hesitate a bit. We had a kid on the way, and she believed in me 100%. So
that's a fucking good woman right there.
Yeah,
that's a good woman.
All right, and that's the shout out.
You
So
have no
right
idea.
on.
Yeah, I call Suzanne and say that. She's like, shut your goddamn mouth and get back to those fries, bitch.
I would love to hang out with the two of you just to see what it's really like, because I'm not sure I'm buying the on-air.
Oh, it's a thrill. Let me tell you.
That relationship.
You should absolutely buy it 100%.
Yeah.
All right, well.
That's cool, man. I want it. Maybe hardwood floors is for me.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll go in the business and run Chris out of.
Could you take
out
an
of town.
apprentice?
Ooh, imagine that. I was your young,
Sure, come on.
your young
I don't
eager
know.
apprentice.
If you've got bad knees, I'm not sure it's a good.
Oh, that's
good
right.
business
Yeah. Do you use those big old thick knee pads?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? I would work one day. I'd steal your knee pads, give them to Suzanne, put her on the stroll. I'd sit home playing Xbox.
Probably make more money that way. But.
Yeah, definitely. Well, all right, Chris. Thank you.
All right, buddy.
Thank you very much.
Hey, I appreciate it. I got my money's worth. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
No worries.
Awesome. All right, powerhardwoodflooring.com.
Mm-hmm. What a
you.
professional commercial we just did.
yeah.
That was awesome. We called up the advertiser.
Well, we don't want to do what people expect of us. That's why you never know what you're going to get.
Right.
So you shouldn't complain either way.
You might get shit on.
You probably will get shit on.
Dismissed.
You probably will get
Or
dismissed.
you might get the Chris Pell hardwood flooring treatment.
That's right.
All right. Good work, everyone.
What was your dream job, man? Like when you were young, what did you dream of doing?
Oddly enough, I think I remember writing.
What
down
was it? The sportscaster thing?
No, it
remember
wasn't
you
the
said that
sportscaster.
once.
I remember somebody asking me, and I said I wanted to be an ice cream man, which leads up to that story I told last week where I wanted to knock an ice cream man out and steal his truck.
You thought that was the route that people take?
Oh, to get there? I thought it was an easy route. Yeah, and if there were no repercussions, that would have been the easiest route to that job. But alas, it hasn't happened yet. You almost got there, though.
Almost. You could still do that, though. That's not. Although you don't see that many ice cream men anymore.
There's
You're
one.
around? Sure.
Yeah, there's one that drives around my neighborhood. Charged highway robbery, man.
Is it?
Freaking $3 for a SpongeBob popsicle. Get out of here.
That was a thing about when I went to. I dropped Sage off to school yesterday, and you got to sign in to go to the classroom and stuff. And I was talking to the principal a little bit, and she said, we make special exception for you because mostly they don't allow parents or visitors into the classrooms because I guess it's disruptive and shit, and but if I have something like the DVDs or like one time I went
you're always hooking them up.
that. I think there's
Let's be honest here.
There's some concessions made when you have your people donate 7 iPads or whatever, which that also is pretty nice, like when I stopped in the other day, Suzanne and I donated some supplies because they had they have summer school for some of the kids, and they had absolutely no budget for supplies. Yeah. It's not accounted for, I guess. So Suzanne's real into arts and crafts and shit, so I said just buy some stuff for them and we'll bring it in and shit. And so we went in, and it's nice seeing them like they have a whole station set up, and like the teacher's like, okay, well what do you want to do? And a couple of kids want to do this station or that station, but there's like an iPad station, and they go and they have like all their educational apps on there
that's
and
awesome.
shit. And it's just it's pretty cool to know that, like, because
looks like a fake Apple store in there.
Nice. I was just like, it said STROE. And I didn't know if it was because it was a special needs class or because. But no, it's nice it was nice, and it gave me an appreciation for the Tell 'em Steve Dave audience that like they so quickly and so generously gave that cash. And
you guys made it happen.
You're just like you look at these kids and you're like, look, it might not be a huge impact, but like because of those people, like these kids are learning faster and easier and in a way that they wouldn't have if all those people hadn't. Like Darren, he's the one guy I know by name that he donated a shitload of money to it. But it made me think how different it is these days where, like, back when I went to school, like parents were constantly just coming in, and you had classroom parties all the time.
Oh yeah, unknown adults
Somebody's
coming in.
Birthday, yeah. Like now, if you're a classroom mother, like the principal said they have background checks and criminal checks and all this other shit.
Yeah, you got to sign in. There's the gate. They don't let you through the door, and they got to hit a button to let you through.
Right, yeah, the doors are locked and stuff. And it made me think of, I was in 2nd grade. And I remembered it quite vividly, actually. My teacher, Mrs. Dodds, she was like an old lady. She was like right on the brink of retiring. But she wasn't like the grandmotherly type. She was like the type that slapped me in the face that time. I talked about that on fucking Tell 'em Steve Dave.
Tough, fed up at that point.
Like, I remember she so fucked up. She was real like depressed one day and down, and eventually she just started crying. And people were like, she just started crying like right in the middle of class, And she said, it was weird. Like,
how do you process that as a child?
I don't know. I just remember being like, what is going on?
This is not.
Why is she crying? And somebody was like, what's wrong, Mrs. Dodds? And she said, Arnold Doggy died last night. That was the name of her dog, Arnold Doggy. And she was real upset by it. But I recall
Mr. Barkley died.
I recall though one time being mad at her, and not wanting to stay for the rest of
Poisoning
the
your
day.
dog as a result.
And Arnold Doggy felt the brunt of my anger. No, leaving, like walking out of school. Now, I guess this would have been 72. Oh, I'm fucking old. This would have been 72, so I was 7 years old. And I got mad at her, and I walked out of school, and I walked home, and didn't go back for the rest of the day. And because Pam worked at the time,
right?
She worked at the nursing home, and just staying home and waiting until like the babysitter normally came, like I guess at the same time I got out of school.
Right.
And I don't remember the fallout of the babysitter angle, but I don't remember anybody talking to the school about it or it being anything. Like, can you imagine? Like, your daughter's in kindergarten right now?
Yeah, she is.
In 2 years, you find out she walked home.
Yeah,
and
by
was
herself.
hanging out at her house all day.
And no one said a word.
Yeah, it's like, can you imagine now? Like, one of the teachers is like, "Where's little Bryan?"
He must have went home.
Yeah, maybe he went home.
Yeah,
little bastard. Good.
Yeah, it's
he
cool.
laughed when I told him Arnold Doggy passed away.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, just how different shit is these days with schools and everything's locked down and school doors.
Yeah, ultra secure, safe background checks. It's sad.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it sad?
Just
what did you want it to be ultra secure?
That innocence. Like, I mean, we all went to school. Like, did you have classroom mothers?
No, not when I went to school. It was just one teacher.
We had classroom mothers, and yeah, I mean, I know they weren't getting background checks and shit.
No.
Pam was a classroom mother. We went to Turtleback Zoo in first grade, and this kid, Stanley, like my mom had to collect, Pam had to collect the lunches.
Yeah.
And this kid, Stanley Degenering, he was like one of those, like, cards stacked against him. Like, it's so, oh my God, I just fucking thought of this other thing. I'll tell you in a second. It was so fucked up. Handed her his bag, and I guess he had like snotted all over the side, like big green nasty snot, and like handed it to her, and like it was all over Pam's hand. And shit,
like dripping like ectoplasm.
Yeah, man, it was fucking nasty. And I remember she like was gagging and shit, like she's gonna throw up. But that same family, there were 3 kids in the family, and I guess, I don't know if it was social services or like somebody, like for one reason, one of the older kids was going to be placed in another home or another family, and they came in during lunch and just took the kid away right in front of the other brother and sister, and the other brother and sister screaming and crying, going, "Don't take him away, don't take him away." You know, and whoever it was, I believe it was like some sort of social service thing, just hauled him off. You know?
Wait, so you never saw him again?
No. I never saw him again.
I'm sorry, I just had to...
I'm sure they didn't either.
I didn't take a second to process that. I'm like, he just disappeared.
Yeah, man, it was like the fucking secret police and shit.
Yeah,
like, what's that Russian secret? The fucking... what's the name of them again? I can't remember.
The Russian one? Not the Gestapo. That's the
not the
German
Gestapo,
one.
Yeah, like the Russians seem to be real big into that. People fucking disappearing.
Right.
Dragging them off to the gulag.
Wow. All right, well, what's his name?
Time it was like the 70s.
Arnold or whatever your name is.
Arnold Doggy.
Yeah, if you're... No, what was the kid's name?
The other guy, Stanley.
Yeah, if you're out there, tweet us at PrimalQ.
Yeah, that poor bastard.
Yeah.
Bill LaRue, who follows us on Twitter, just goes, TST Live, why didn't you tell us? Did we not announce that we were doing it live today?
I did, but,
Did you
not everybody follows me. Kevin did, it means you aren't listening every day.
Yeah.
I think he's blaming you.
Blaming me?
One of you, whoever's got access to the Twitter
Maybe.
account, which is both of you.
We get blamed for
all right,
shit.
Bill, we'll be back tomorrow, same time, live.
No, I won't be.
Well, yeah, you
I can't come tomorrow.
Can't. I gotta work tomorrow.
Yeah.
We miss you, man.
Yeah, Walt will do tomorrow.
Yeah, we still miss you, though.
I miss you guys. I miss everybody.
Yeah.
Stern had, I was listening to Stern yesterday, he had on, this is like, this to me, I'm just like, why? Like, why the fuck do you have this person on? He had Tila Tequila on.
I thought her 15 minutes was way past.
It's nuts. Like, at first he had Denise Richards on, who
always a great guest,
who is a good guest, and she just seems, I mean, look, she might be fucking just saying it, you know, or like, you know, she's an actress, so maybe she's just acting.
I don't care.
But she just seems so like normal and down to earth and sweet, like
she's
a
honest.
nice woman. And
She always answers his questions.
yeah, she answers like questions. Like, I mean, he asks like graphic sex questions, but somehow she answers them where you're still like, oh, she's sort of like classy, you know, like, you know, she's not a fucking dirtbag and shit. And then next he has on Tila Tequila, which to me is like, why the fuck would you have her at all?
Yeah.
Like, she's so uninteresting and grating and annoying and just, again, like desperate. I mean, fucking Adrienne Curry's fucking A-list compared to her, but she's so just, I remember the first time I ever heard of her was when I was hanging out with you, Q.
Yeah, we were in that club.
And somebody that we were with saw her. This is going way back.
Yeah, where's this, L.A.?
This is LA.
Okay.
But I mean, this is like 8 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was quite a while ago. And they were like, oh, that's Tila Tequila. We're like, who's that? We're like, and like we're fucking idiots, as if it's like, oh my God, there's Obama. What are you kidding? She's a MySpace legend.
That was the exact wording, MySpace legends.
Because she had X amount of friends. I don't know how many friends it was at the time. But I was like, I barely knew what
like,
MySpace
what the fuck's
was.
MySpace?
Yeah, exactly. Like, what's that? And what do you mean they're her friends? Like, I didn't understand any of that. And, you know, from then on, it's just desperate attempts and desperate clawing to hang on to any degree of notoriety or fame or whatever. She's getting hit in the head with cinder block chunks at Juggalo festivals, and never have I fucking felt so like-minded as a Juggalo. As wanting to chuck something.
Is that why you're wearing white face paint and you have black circles around your eyes
I'm
right
drinking
now?
Faygo and shit.
Yeah, all right. Shout out to Faygo.
But
Moon
you
mist.
listen to her talk, and I'm just like, why the fuck is he wasting time with her? She's talking about how she has multiple personality disorder, which, one is one of the rarest fucking things on earth. And she goes on to be like, oh, do you want to talk to this personality? Do you want to talk? Like, as if you can summon them at will.
She can switch it on and off like that.
Right. And the cuts on her arms, which is due to her self-loathing and whatever other fucking mental problem she has.
So she's emo
she's
too.
a cutter, right?
Yeah,
you know,
right.
it's like a lot of, it seems it's a female thing, like a lot of girls. It's terrible, you know, people get scarred up, and I guess sometimes it's like I just want to feel something, or they don't know how to deal with stress and outside pressure or whatever, but she has all these cut marks on her arms. And she goes on to say that, like, it was because she was in a knife fight with one of her other personalities. It's like, she sounds like a fucking moron. Like, she sounds like a fucking idiot. Why are you giving her any time? And she has this corny-ass fucking pop song that she puts on there. And, I mean, look, I look at her and I saw her Twitter, and I'm like, she has 70,000 followers. And I said...
What? More than us?
Way more than us. And I said this in the very fucking beginning, that, like, one of my biggest fears was, like, am I just fucking Kim Kardashian or Paris Hilton or any one of these other fucking bubble-headed dummies who are like, oh, pay attention to me. I've got something to say.
You worry a lot about things that you shouldn't be worried about.
They're fucking way richer than me, but... You know, it's, why does Kim Kardashian have a show? Why does Paris Hilton have a show? Why the fuck are they helping Tila Tequila find love? And she's trying to reinvent herself. So, I hate Tila Tequila. Now I'm Ms. Tila or Mrs. Tila, something. I can't remember. But I think that public loathing and just outright disdain for her is cemented already.
Yeah.
It'd be impossible. I don't even know, like, I don't know what she could do.
To win you back, you mean?
She'd never win me back, but the people in general. I mean, people in general, I don't think are like, they don't love her. They're not huge fans of her, people in general, you know? I think a lot of people don't know who the fuck she is. Well, so why Stern would give her that much time, to me, was just a testament to, like, maybe you need a better fucking vetting process for your guests.
Is that it, beginning the end?
But for him, it's like, you know, and I don't know, maybe it's because, you know, I've been listening to Stern since I was in...
I'm a long time.
11th grade.
Yeah.
And, no. Yeah, 11th grade. And, that same, like, oh, she's hot. Oh, show me your tits. Oh, put her on the Sybian.
Yeah.
Oh, like, you're all going to want to jerk off when you see this. And it's like, no, I am not. And maybe that's because I'm not the same person I was in 11th grade or whatever, but it's the least interesting aspect of that show when he brings in girls like that or fucking strippers or Miss Howard TV or any of that shit.
I think you're growing up, dude. You're all grown up.
Boy. I'm a
All
big
grown
boy
up
now.
because I guarantee you, whoever listeners in Middle America are like, oh my god, they got the tissue box out and the lotion, and yeah.
Well, she's not good looking. And you like Asians. That's your thing.
I do. Yeah, she's gross.
Yeah.
Just gross. Just as a human, she's gross. She looks gross. Everything's about her gross.
That being said, if she wanted to be on Impractical
Sigan's
Jokers
gross.
Yes, call.
this December on True
It did
TV.
make me think, though, like, would you, if she wanted to come on and tell him Steve Dave is a guest, what would your
You
reaction
can't.
be?
I would say yeah.
Knowing you can't rip her apart.
Well,
you just
then why can't I rip her apart?
Well,
That goes for any guest, doesn't it?
All right, not rip
You
her
can't-
apart.
you can't
sit her down and be like, you're a disgusting human being. What do you have to save yourself? Answer for your crimes.
right.
You could ask questions like just
How dare you?
right. Just like outfox her question wise and make her look stupid. No,
Could do that.
it would be great
I
if
don't
she
think I want to be at
outfoxed
the
you.
Oh, she'd like maybe look like a total idiot. I was like, what?
What are you gonna say now, funny guy?
Yeah, you sound like Ming starting the show.
I'm rusty. Come on.
That would be great.
Yeah, I mean, I would hate to even be at the same table as her, though. Just irritating.
What could she do though? Like, what is left for her at this point? Like, why? If you're her,
Like, career-wise, what are her aims?
like
what are her
if
goals?
it's like, well, look, I can go fucking work at Target, or I could try putting out this Miss Teal album.
Yeah, and
Like-
people are going to pay for it. Why not? Why
Yeah.
not try?
Why not try and put out the Miss Teal album?
Yeah.
I just got word that my voice is lower than
Oh shit!
Everything's
yours.
up, man.
You're fucking trying. Well, you know what?
Everything's up. You're not a projector.
I'm always lower. Yeah, I don't project very well. When we shot Vulgar, that was the main complaint, that I had to speak up.
Yeah.
I think my voice is so low, and I don't really talk loud. I don't emote.
It's velvety though, man. It's smooth.
It's smooth. It's chocolatey.
It is.
Hello, ladies.
I love it.
Oh my god! I watched a shit movie the other day about radio,
Ladies. Huh? What?
pirate radio.
Pirate Radio with Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Yeah, it was.
How was it?
I don't know. I don't know what
Really,
to say to
it
that voice.
sucked?
It was beyond awful.
That guy doesn't miss, man.
No, he missed.
Oh, he missed?
He missed big
All right.
time. I know he does. Like generally, like
Is it wet? Is your pussy wet?
no. I mean, you can't blame him. Like for his.
Remember that?
That was so weird. You can't blame
hangs up
him.
the
It's
phone.
like I'll tell you, Bill Nighy was real embarrassing, and it was like it's by that Curtis.
Hanson? The same
No.
guy who did LA Confidential?
No, he makes
Curtis Leewell?
4 Weddings and a Funeral. I think I'm right. 4 Weddings and a Funeral.
Curtis Blow?
Love Actually. What was the other? He makes those British comedies.
Yeah, okay.
Notting Hill.
Okay,
All those
yeah, that
crappy.
guy. All right.
Right. And like all his films sort of follow that same like feel good, like we got a pop the right song and like the perfect like 70s song and
Let's
the
set
right-
sail for Pirate Radio.
Yeah, so she was just so this was just like it was like it was so awful. Like apparently in the 60s in Britain, like the way they got around it is they got on a boat, played rock and roll music playing from it, and like it's just like, and then Nick Frost is in it from, which is why I wanted to see it. Because the
Who's
guy
that?
from Shaun of the Dead, he's a fat guy. He's Simon.
Oh,
Pegg's
really?
fat friend.
Oh, yeah, he's good.
So I was like, yeah, he's good. He's great and everything so far. So I'm watching it, and I'm watching it, and I'm just like, it's a by the numbers bullshit like thing, and everybody's so happy. And
Which is ironic because, like, Pirate Radio being a huge rebellious counterculture sort of thing,
right?
being a paint by the numbers type movie.
Oh my god! And it's just like, and it's like the type of movie where like he'll be like, "Here's the newest one from the Beatles," and then it cuts to like people dancing on the boat, like you know what I mean, like
yeah,
that type
okay,
of thing.
yeah.
Where like we're all having a good time, like out on this boat, and blah blah blah. And I'm like, I just want to fucking kill these people.
Because do you think that's the way it went? Like when people started up pirate radio stations, why did they too? Like,
According to this film, radio stations wouldn't play rock and roll in the late 60s.
Okay, so they wanted to play their music.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they said that they, according to the film, which I don't know how historically accurate it is,
I
they
have a
got
pirate radio
sponsors and
station in
everything.
Edgar's basement. He won't let me play my rock and roll.
It's too loud. Do you dance? Like,
As soon as I turn it on, I start dancing.
Right, like they're all wacky characters. Like not one of them is like,
So they're like all eccentric type characters.
You just nailed it on that. They all have like one is like he's on the boat. He's like, who's that? Because it's a new kid comes on the boat.
Right.
You know
What's his quirk?
And it's like that's the sexiest man alive, and he never even talks. And it's this Jim Morrison looking mother who's just sitting there smoking a cigarette. And then it cuts to his radio show, and he's like some sexy tune plays, and then he's like, here's another one for you. And it hits play. Right. And it cuts to like British nurses crowded around a radio at 2 a.m. going, oh, he's so sexy. And he's just like, all right, this makes no fucking sense.
Meanwhile, it could look like me, like this guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Never knowing.
But and then like another guy, like they're eating dinner and this guy comes up, this old hippie looking guy, and they're like, who's that? And like, he's been on the boat for 6 months. He's like, I've never seen him before. What's your name? Bob. And it's just like, stupid shit.
Who's gathering around the radio for them? Has there ever been a situation in which you have gathered around a radio with your friends to listen to fucking anything?
No, not even Tell 'em Steve Dave.
No.
which is
I put on my iPod. I'm like, everybody leave me alone.
Yeah.
Shut up, Pam.
I'm dancing.
Shut up.
I'm dancing over here. That only happens in movies where like there's a big announcement or there's some popular radio station where like kids are like in the parking lot of a local malt shop and they're all gathering around a radio
Listen
to fucking
Slater,
to hear the platters
talk.
that matter and fucking shit like that.
So I'm going to spoil the end of the movie if you don't mind.
Okay,
let's get into it.
It's only been out 10 years, so if you haven't seen it.
No, it came out this year. So
really,
Kenneth Branagh is the uptight suit wearing British
the corporate douche.
He's the guy that works for the government that's like, we're going to be shutting down these radio stations by the end of the year. It's going to fucking happen. And then what happens is they broadcast a ship is sinking, and for some reason their signal gets crossed with the pirate radio, and they're not able to get help, and that's what the government uses to shut them down. They're they're broadcasting over emergency bands. So at the end, Phyllis Seymour Hoffman is like, all right, well, this is our last song, and you see Kenneth Branagh sitting there with his stuffy wife, like in front of a fireplace, like toasting each other. And then,
to success.
Yeah. And then Phyllis Seymour Hoffman's like psych, and then they start playing, everybody on the boat starts dancing, and Kenneth Branagh's like, oh, you pirate radio,
why are you eccentric characters,
you wacky kids.
So now it's illegal. So now the boat, which used to be anchored, now they're going all around Britain, so they can't be located, so they can't be caught, and the ship starts sinking, and Kenneth Branagh is like, we're not helping him.
Let him die?
He is like a boat of at least 20 people. He's just like, no, let him die. and then the boat starts sinking, and like they're all like running away except for Phyllis Seymour Hoffman, who's like, no, I'm playing radio, like I'm playing to the end.
He's the captain. He's going down with the ship.
And that's it. Like a water's coming up. I don't know how the electricity's still going, but like water's coming up around his waist, and he's still like broadcasting like,
there's people playing.
We're gonna die. You may kill us, but everywhere where there's music, like there's gonna be young people with ideas, and you're not gonna be able to silence some evil British government. Blah blah blah. And then the boat sinks. And then, out of nowhere, even though nobody knows where the fuck a pirate radio is broadcasting from, dozens upon dozens of listeners come out on their own boat and save them.
They're saved.
Except for Phil Seymour, who went down with the ship, but then at the last second pops out from the water.
Like the arm comes up.
Right.
Like
and then everybody, woo! And then the rock and roll music starts, and then I swear to God, everybody starts dancing on the boats. And then starts dancing on the boats, and that's how it ends.
It's like the episode of The Simpsons where they bring Burns' yacht out to international waters, and like people are dancing with horses and shit.
Exactly. Yeah, that's how I spent my night the other night, and I was like, I can't believe it got so bad. I was like, I have to see it through. I got to see what happens, and it.
I wish I had that kind of passion, that kind of fight in me.
Since we've started doing this show, everything I do now, I'm like, I'd probably be able to talk about this at some point. So let me stick through. You know, it gives.
Let me watch this piece of crap.
Yeah.
You just sold this movie to me, dude. I'm gonna go watch it.
I've made it sound so much better than it is. But go ahead, watch it. I'd love to hear what you think.
Okay.
I'd love to hear what you think.
All right.
Pirate Radio, also known as The Boat That Rocks, and here on Sermon, he's got the trailer for it up. The ending, they've got the ending on it on YouTube. Now, who fucking takes the time to edit the ending out, just the ending of Pirate Radio, and put it on YouTube?
Someone who loved it as much as you did.
Yeah, Bill Nighy, who I usually love, is so embarrassing in it, man. Because like he's like the old hipster mod guy, and it's just like as his DJs are playing like music, it cuts to him in his cabin, just like doing a little dance by himself, and I'm like, what fucking world? What fucking world is it? Even in shitty movies, how does this happen?
Well, I always feel that way about any movie, and it's in every fucking trailer of a movie of its type, where 3 generations of women are either in the kitchen or the living room,
Dancing
and will all
the
dance.
table.
They dance around the table. They dance on a sofa. They all jump on chairs and dance.
Right.
It's like fucking bullshit. Bullshit. This has never happened in real life.
Right.
Families hate each other.
Like, if you put on I Sell Comics right now, I wouldn't get up and, like, start dancing around.
You wouldn't?
No. In fact, I'd get annoyed if someone did.
I mean, what are you doing? We're trying to talk. Quit jitterbugging around, Ming. We're trying to fucking do a radio show here.
Yeah, like another thing they did, and then I'll drop Pirate Radio.
Okay.
Like
No.
they would be playing like a Stones song. He put up the picture of the Simpsons.
Oh, he did it, actually, yeah.
How great is that?
Monkey knife fights.
Like, all they do is watch each other's radio shows, and, like, they'll put on, like, Jumpin' Jack Flash or something, right? And the guy in the studio would be air guitaring, and then would cut to everybody outside the studio, air guitaring, as if they haven't heard Jumpin' Jack Flash like a million fucking times.
Yeah. I mean, it's nice that they're fighting back and defying government rule over something so dopey. Why didn't they want them to play rock and roll? What was the big fucking deal?
I think it was just uptight stuff.
It was something new.
It was bad influences, bad message, bad for the kids. You remember, that's how it was back when it first started in the 50s.
Is it still that way? Do people? I mean, that hasn't stopped.
I think rap music took that over.
Yeah.
With what was that group? Luke Skywalker and 2 Live Crew.
Yeah.
I mean, they took it to new heights where they were they were purposely talking about getting banged from behind and this and that, like all sorts of dirty stuff, and getting head on stage from girls. But even rap today has become like really kind of watered down and shit like that. I mean, you put on an old Wu-Tang album, man, and that's some raw shit. Now it's just like they're making pop hits for clubs and stuff like that. Yeah.
Will that get you to dance? I put some Wu-Tang on.
Just booze will get me to dance. Nobody dances to Wu-Tang.
All right.
I know you get knocked out.
Well, Somebody punch Peach's fucking face in the Wu-Tang.
Start a trend, dude.
Yeah, although I'll tell you, there was something, you know what?
We should get a little rowboat and play Wu-Tang out in the middle of the ocean.
But even that would be like, you can play it on land.
Yeah.
Somebody did a mashup of My Little Pony and Wu-Tang.
Yeah.
Where they took a video of My Little Pony cartoon and set it to Shame on a Nigga. I think it's Shame on a Nigga. And it's fucking amazing.
Really?
Like the way the ponies speak. Like, he put so much work in, or she, I don't know. It looks like the ponies are singing the song. It's fucked up. It's so good. I'll show it to you.
It'll be on there.
Yeah, definitely put it on there because people need to see it. But it's pretty brilliant. I'll show you.
So this is the moment where those guys would put their what are they? Brad and Chris.
Yes.
So then they would put that video up.
Yes.
Wow.
It's awesome.
It's fucking great, man. It's a funny little My Little Pony video.
It's awesome. You all right?
Ming, wait. What should I do, Ming? I have a.
You have a dilemma?
I have an internet problem.
Okay.
And I know you're the guy.
Okay. Comcast come down on you.
What do you think? Now, what do you think this is? The other day, I talked about this. It's actually not out yet. It won't come out till tomorrow. On Tell 'em Steve Dave talked about Amazon.com.
Yes.
I went to order something the other day. This beautiful amplifier, as a matter of fact.
Yes.
I was going to get it from Amazon.
We were excited.
And there was somebody else's, like in the email address where you go to sign in, it was somebody else's email address. It was...
Oh, when you went to sign on your computer?
Prefix, yeah, it was weird. The prefix was the same, but after, like, the at part was different.
Yeah.
And the password didn't work. So I called Amazon and I was like, hey, what's going on? And somebody had ordered a couple of Kindles to California. You know, like somebody, the account had been compromised,
right? On your dime. Somebody ordered 2 Kindles.
And they're like, well, we're going to get our fraud team on it. They'll call you back in 24 hours. So 24 hours later, they hadn't called. I called again, and the guy says, well, this account has been deleted. And I said, what do you mean? And they said that the fraud, I guess after they looked into it or whatever, they decided to erase the entire account history, everything.
That's weird.
Does that not sound like they're trying to cover their ass for something? Because it's like we had Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
I still had stuff coming.
Yeah. You
And
ordered a lot of shit.
all
from
the
them.
address books. I was thinking, like, over the past, I've probably been using them for about 10 years now.
Yeah.
And
I mean, tens of thousands.
for a personal, plus I used to get DVDs when I ran website.
Yeah.
The DVDs from Amazon are actually cheaper than I could get them from a wholesaler.
Yeah, sure.
So I would order like sometimes $2,000-$3,000 of DVDs at a clip.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if it all in like it was approaching $50,000-$60,000
sure.
over the past 10 years. And like that, they just erase it and just don't call you back.
That's not right.
Does that sound like they're covering their ass for something?
It would. Like they hit the burn button. Like, they just burned everything down.
Why would they do that? Like, why would you, like, if somebody's using your account fraudulently, why would you get rid of any evidence that you might have within that account? That makes no sense
Well,
to
to
me.
you, as far as
Call me Bezos, you little dickhead.
That is odd.
Tired of this shit.
Over 2 Kindles. Did you find out where they were shipping to? Did you get your money back?
Antelope, California. They said they were going to credit a card, which I don't think it was my credit card. They said that my name was on this card, but I don't have like the account number, the last
you
4
didn't
digits.
save it in there, yeah.
The last 4 digits, I don't have an account.
All right, so they were probably using a stolen card then, just using your
I guess
account
so,
to facilitate
Antelope, California. You know who you are, prick. I'm sure you're listening.
That is weird that prefix was on your machine, though.
How would that happen?
I don't know, unless... who's been in your house lately that isn't usually there?
I did use Powell hardwood flooring. I wonder if it was Chris at powellhardwoodflooring.com. So do you think that could have been it? Do you think he ordered something while installing my floor?
That would be an explanation.
No. I mean, no one's been in the house, and it was weird.
Your machine's been in your site the whole time?
Yeah.
That is very odd.
Mm-hmm.
Extremely odd.
What's going on here?
I don't know.
You're gonna have to look into it for me.
I don't know. Good thing you got, they caught it, though.
Mm-hmm. Hey, let's do this second ad while I'm thinking about it. Otherwise, I'll forget.
Let's do it.
Look at this. Look at these beautiful bullet points,
Yes.
Bing.
Thank you.
Nice
Thank
work,
you,
dude.
Powell Hardwood Flooring. I'm learning. And Big House Comics. Our friend at Big House Comics.
Use that term "friend" very loosely, don't you?
If
Like, you're my friend.
Yeah.
I don't even know this person's name.
You know what? My
Big House Comics.
My wife says the same thing. Maybe I should just cut
You're
it out.
everybody's friend.
Yeah,
Friend to all, Ming Chen.
that's right. So,
It makes it less special for me when I hear you calling Big House Comics your friend.
you know what? My wife said the same thing. So
Really?
I'm going to cut that out. Yeah.
Okay.
So Big House Comics, not my friend.
Your
Yeah.
acquaintance at Big House
Yes.
Comics.
Look them up at bighousecomics.com. If you have a dream, make it big. They have a comic out right now.
Who says that?
Who says that? Big House Comics. That's their tagline.
That's their tagline?
Yes. If you have a dream,
Okay.
make it big. TM trademark. They have a
I was going to steal that.
They have a 7-issue comic series out right now called Old Soldiers.
They do.
The 7-issue limited series continues. They
Oh my god. I'm looking at Quinn just showed me the poster for Pirate Radio.
It's pretty corny.
They're all walking a plank. All the fucking eccentric characters. Oh, all our personalities are so divergent, but yet we make it work out on the boat.
Yes, it's a lame
Because
poster.
our dream, which is big, is to provide rock and roll to people. Just go buy a record.
Yeah.
Why do you need a fucking radio station to play music for you?
Well, Bryan, like Big House Comics says, if you have a dream, make it big, right?
I guess so. I guess it would be kind of small if, like, your dream is like, well, I want to listen to rock and roll, and you just go buy the album. If you want to make it big, you're like, I want to provide rock and roll to everybody.
Exactly.
Well, if this is back in the 60s, how old are these Big House Comics guys? I think that maybe they stole it from
Pirate Radio?
from these Pirate Radio
All right,
guys.
well, maybe, but...
Like one guy in a mod suit, another dude dressed like a pimp. Pathetic. Whoa, it's rated R. Why was it rated R? Did you see any titties?
Yeah, you did actually.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, actually, the one there was
Pirate boobs?
The one good
British
sequence.
Pirate booty?
Yeah.
Huh?
I mean, there were no good sequences, but like the one thing that came close because it was a little fucked up was Nick Frost got naked in it. And I was like, holy
Really?
shit, that's a ballsy move on his part. He's a big guy.
No pun intended.
But he's trying to get this kid laid, so he brings a girl back to his fucking cabin, and then decides. And the kid's rail thin, and Nick Frost is, of course, big and fat, so he just shuts off all the light and lets the kid go in to fuck her instead of him. So it's essentially rape.
It's rape, yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely rape.
This is can we just fucking establish that this is not a harmless, lighthearted juvenile prank when you have a woman who's willing to fuck you and you send someone in your stead? That's rape.
That is the definition of rape.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Right.
It's not funny,
Yeah.
kids. It's not
But
funny.
again, it's like it's wacky. It's played for
Play
laughs.
wacky. Everyone's dancing as the kid fucks her. People are air humping and shit.
I mean, you know what? It wouldn't be out of place in this fucking movie.
Yeah.
All right, Quinn, back to Big House Comics, if I may.
Old Soldiers, that's what we're talking
Yes,
about here.
the 7-issue limited series continues. Now, I read Old Soldiers. I read a couple of
No, you
issues.
didn't.
I did.
You're so full of shit.
They
You
sent
don't
a whole,
have to say that, Ming.
I did.
Don't sell out your integrity.
Don't lie.
I ran. They sent a whole bunch of copies to the store.
Did they?
Yes. So
Why do we never see this stuff? I get emails from people that are like, hey, did Walt give you those comics? No.
Yeah.
No, never got them.
We used to
can't-
get gifts all the time.
No, I used to.
You can't.
Now Sage gets shit all the time. Retro Girl 70 from Twitter sent her Monsters Inc. thing.
I need to fake
Like
a
a play set. Oh my god, she
Wow.
loves it. Loves it, man. She was having so much fun the other day.
shit.
So, all right. Well,
Thank you, Retro.
I'll get you copies of this comic because Quinn, what are you waiting for? Old Soldier has guns.
I'm waiting for you to hand it over.
my
That's what he's
fucking
waiting
copy.
for.
All right. It's got guns, World War II, Vietnam, mafia, Nazis, and a kick-ass story that ain't it cool news called Highly Recommended. Harry Knowles read
Are
this
there any
comic.
pirate ships in it?
Not in
Pirate
the-
radio ships, I mean.
No, not in the first. Not in the first issue I read. But there were gangsters, there were guns, there were gunshots. There was a. I shouldn't ruin it, but there was a secret suitcase at the end. Support independent comic books. Buy from the website. Download for your iPad, guys. We all got iPads here at
We
Cloud
do.
at Cloud9. That's the number 9. Cloud9 Comics with an X.com. And I'll tweet these URLs when we finish the show. Or ask your local comic book shop to order it from Haven Distribution. Shops like Jay and Silent Bob's Secret Stash have it, and you can buy the comic there today. And come see.
Probably my issue. It's my copy you're
All right,
buying.
I'll you know what, I'll save mine, and you can both fight over it. Come see Big House Comics at the Tampa Bay Comic Convention, August 7th, table 84, where it'll be full of con hot chicks.
Oh, yeah.
And check out the first issue of Old Soldiers free at the special page just for Smodcast listeners at bighousecomics.com/smod.html.
How do they figure that out? Like, what if a non-Smod listener happens upon that?
How would they hear about it, though?
I don't know. Maybe me and Quinn go out to lunch, right? And we're like, hey, how about that Big House Comics
Right.
thing? Man, I'm so glad that we're Smod listeners and only we can listen for free.
Right.
Only we can view it for free.
Some Weisenheimer.
And you're like, what was that address again? And then I tell you.
Right.
And then some
okay.
fucking jerk-offs. Next thing you know,
All right, well, I mean,
looking at that shit.
they'll see the Smod part. They'll be, what's that all about? They'll do a search and like, oh, Smod stands for Smodcast. And then that'll lead us all back to here.
If you say so.
It's like, you gotta be the Kenneth Branagh. You gotta do the investigating and
Does
find
this
out.
qualify as a big dream?
What?
Making your own independent comic?
Yeah, I think so. Well, you're a published comic book author. Wasn't that cool when it?
Was it a dream of mine? No, it was not.
No, it had to be cool when it was a tangible book. Your name
Right,
was
but
on
like
it.
if you
your words were
like, let's say you set sail with a pirate radio
Okay.
boat, right? And you're gonna defy the government and play rock and roll anyway for
Yeah.
the people. That's pretty big, right? That's a big dream.
It's huge, yeah.
Is that just as big as making your own comic?
I think so. It's something artistic that you spread to the world. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So in theory, it's the same. In practicality, I think getting a boat's pretty.
That's
That's a pretty big deal.
Yeah, you never wanted your own pirate station when you were in high school?
No.
Really?
What the fuck? I could buy CDs and shit. Why would records?
I wanted to spread
I
the
bought
love.
tapes. Why the fuck?
What's
Why is it my responsibility to make sure everyone else is fucking listening to music and dancing around?
It's not, but it's when you hear a song you love, you're like, you know what? Everyone should hear this. This is an awesome song.
See, I feel the exact opposite. I'm selfish.
Really?
I want to hug it up to
We
myself.
can't play songs on this, right? We can't.
Technically, no, unless I think there's like a little gray area that if we're commenting on it, then it's I don't know.
If you could play one song right now for guys to dance around with.
Right, you want to spread.
Let's do this. Let's all pick a song that we can't play right now.
Mine, I wanted to play some Magnet
Yeah?
before I came in here, and I think we could actually sort of do that, right? We have
I don't
permission
think he'd care.
Yeah.
But though, you may run into that thing where, like, he doesn't care, but maybe, like, whatever record company he's with is like, hey, you owe us royalties.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or I had one right here I was going to play at the beginning. I hit the wrong button.
I sell comics.
No, it's from the beginning. It's from the beginning and go. I'm going to play a little bit here. Let me crank this up here.
My headphones on.
Crank it up, Philip Seymour. Sounds like Johnny Cash.
No, it's a sample from Nancy Sinatra, I think.
Oh, boots are made for walking or whatever?
Yeah.
It's skipping all over the place. What are you doing?
No, it's part of the mix.
Oh.
What is rock and roll?
That was going to be our opening before I hit the wrong button.
Who is this?
It's a song called "Fire Up the Shoe Saw." I can't remember who does it though.
Well, that's good for them.
I can't even give them proper credit before they sue our asses. So. That's my song right there.
All right.
What song would I play right now?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it depends. Are you talking all times favorites or like what's on my most recent playlist?
Yeah, recently. What do you want to share with the world?
I can't say that I have a favorite song just yet because I sort of just got it, but Symphony X.
Yeah, you're into these guys lately.
Iconoclast. Yeah, I just got the album. Been listening to this quite a bit recently.
You trying to find it?
No, I'm just looking at it.
Right.
So hold on.
I got it.
I'm gonna tweet the name of the song so that Ming, what was yours?
It was "Fire Up the Shoe Saw."
Ming's choice.
It's from the beginning of Go, the movie Go.
Okay, fire up the what?
The Shoe Saw.
Fire up the shoe saw.
Yes.
And who sings it?
Sore.
I can't even remember.
He doesn't even fucking know.
I know.
Look it up.
All right, I got it.
And yours was what?
You know what? Okay, let's see. I'll go with Dehumanized. And that's Symphony X.
It's by a band called Lion Rock.
Lion Rock.
Yes.
That's definitely.
Have you heard this Mumford and Sons? Have you heard these guys at all?
Yeah.
You like them?
I like a couple of their songs.
Yeah, not too bad, right?
Yeah.
Has an old-timey appeal.
Yeah, they
Old-timey feel
I like
to
that
it.
they curse in their songs, man. And they play like folk music. Uh-oh. Symphony X?
Symphony X, yeah.
I'm spelling
What,
it.
That's what I've been listening to recently.
I haven't heard of them. What kind of, can you, is it a genre? Can you classify it? Not that I care, but...
I've heard it referred to as progressive rock,
Okay.
neoclassical fusion,
Yeah.
symphonic metal.
All right, so you can't... All right, so it's all over the place, which is what I like.
Well, it's just three different terms for the same thing.
All right. Pretty much.
I'm going to go with...
I was, like, you
I
look...
got to do my song.
Oh, sorry, okay.
Well, I don't want to cut you off.
I know
but
you're
I'll
sitting there
give you my
typing.
choice. Oh, I'm tweeting at you.
All right, well, tell me when you're ready. I was thinking of Mustaine yesterday. Like, I read part of his book. I was sitting in Barnes & Noble reading part of Dave Mustaine's book, and it has to be like, if that were me, I'm Dave Mustaine, and I'm fortunate enough to be partnered up with the Metallica guys.
Yeah.
And then you get booted out for being an alkie or whatever. I would just give up probably. I don't think I would. I wouldn't have that fight in me to be like, fuck them, man. I'm gonna go and start a new band.
Yeah.
Because you would think that it like Metallica. I mean, Metallica wasn't huge at the time, but they eventually became huge.
Yeah.
Is it hard if you're Dave Mustaine to look at? You're in Megadeth. Is it hard to look at Metallica? Because Megadeth is good.
Yeah.
They're great, but they're not Metallica.
No.
You know, they don't have that same cachet, that same history.
Yeah.
Is it hard if you're Mustaine?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
He's a Christian now, though, so maybe he's like...
Yeah, he doesn't care.
Yeah.
Like, the whole jealousy thing goes out the window. Sure. But it's always in the back of your head. That could have been me. Should have been me.
yeah, I could have been Kirk Hammett.
I'm better than these guys. Yeah. Sure. But
He seems pretty happy up there.
Yeah,
From what
I
can see.
Big grin on his face, looked like he was having a good time.
They all say the fucking same thing too. Like the Godsmack dude was like, "I swear I'm not just saying this, but you guys are the best audience ever." And everyone's like, "Fucking, I knew it." You know, it's just like, come on, man. He's like, "Where are we going next, Virginia?" And I was like, the guy ahead of me, not the sexy midge, but her boyfriend had like a tour shirt on.
Right.
And he's like, "We're going to be in Virginia next," but I saw at least 3 dates between now and Virginia.
Yeah.
But anyway, like, he's like, "And I swear we're going to tell them that they're fucking pussies compared to you," which may be like, I should go to the concert just to make sure he does
check
it.
up on him.
But I'm sure he's going to be like, "You guys are pussies compared to New Jersey, so you better fire it up. Yeah, amp it up and shit." But he definitely had that. Like, they still do that. Like, that's still a staple of
cheap pop,
rock
man.
concerts, which is, "You guys are the fucking best audience," and fucking New Jersey rocks, and blah, blah,
How do
blah.
I put Jersey into a song?
Yeah, like, I love coming up here. He did say, though, and I had to agree with it, he's like, the Northeast is different than any other part of the country, where from Philly to Boston, he's like, they're the most confrontational and aggressive people. Like,
Really?
Yeah, they're like, if somebody says something to you, they're like, nobody lets it pass. They're like, get up in your face about it, you know? Like, what the fuck did you say, you know? Which I tend to find, like, Jersey drivers are very aggressive. New York drivers are very aggressive. And
They gotta be. It's just all
loudmouths
crammed
and
together.
shit.
It's just all assholes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You're elbow to elbow with a bunch of fucking dummies.
It's never fun,
Fellow
man.
dummies.
It's never fun.
So who's your song, Q?
I said "Psychotic Girl" by the Black Keys.
Oh, yeah?
It's fucking great.
I got into the Black Keys thanks
they're
to
awesome,
you.
man.
Yeah.
They were awesome. And it's got, that particular song has that, like, banjo thing going for it. Not like that, but it's like, yeah, something like that. But it's, but I mean, it's like a Mumford & Sons-esque
Yeah?
thing. It's great. I love the Black Keys. They're like,
They're up
One of
there.
your favorites?
they're one of my newest faves.
What
They
do you
get a
think
lot of play.
What do you think about, as long as we're on the topic of music, what do you think about these, I don't know if they're, like, I find that, like, I think I'm a pretty fucking angry person.
No.
I've got, no, I don't know, you find that surprising for me to say.
This might be shocking, but
You know, it's the first time you're hearing this.
You go through stages. You go through like a month where you're angry about fucking like nothing is too small to like fur your saddle.
set me off.
Yeah, and then like there's a switch where it's just like you're completely like whatever, man.
you don't care.
Wait, is that Jumpin' Jack Flash? Let's dance.
Right. Yeah, it's like I could always like I have you down to a shorthand. Like where I know what I'm dealing with with you, but all right, but go ahead, yeah, because you're currently in an angry phase.
But even as angry as I am, I think there's some people on the internet that are so, I don't know what it is. Like, I don't know what it is that makes people so, like Amy Winehouse, like the Amy Winehouse death. You see different responses to it, and one is like, it's a tragedy,
Right.
you know, very talented woman. You know, what else would have come down the pike from her?
Right.
And then you see the people that are like, she fucking killed herself. She made a song about rehab, like she didn't want to go. She proudly, you know, denied entrance into a rehab, blah, blah, blah.
Which is bullshit.
But basically she brought it on herself,
Right.
you know, which she did.
Sure.
You take drugs and alcohol and you do that kind of shit. Of course, you're courting disaster if you do it the way she did it.
Right.
There's a person, though, for years now. It's been years that the press has been covering her, where she's walking around in jeans and a bra with mascara running. And she's fucked up on stage and can't remember songs. And like, there is something about a person like that that goes beyond like, well, they just partied too much, or like, oh, they're just irresponsible.
Right.
You know, and there are the two schools of thought that like addiction is a disease, addiction is entirely preventable, or like bullshit, just stop doing it.
Right.
And those are the people that have no idea what it's like to be addicted to something or have that sort of, like you see the way some people behave when they're on alcohol or drugs or whatever. And you just can't imagine that. Like, you know, they have families, they have kids, but they go and do this shit anyway. Like Muse, I think, is a really nice guy. Like, I really like Muse a lot. And I think back to some of the shit he did, and I'm like, that is a person who is not in control of themselves in this moment. And, you know, a lot of people don't know Muse's earlier stages of life like I do, or like, you know, Kev or Walt. And to me, it's just like a lot of shit, I think, comes... It starts when you're young, you know? Mm-hmm. You know, like you see the way Muse grew up, or you see the way that other people grew up, and, you know, it's like, it's no fucking wonder that, like, you know, they want to try something or want to find something to, like, stomp out whatever depression or pain or voices or whatever, you know, just to, like, I just don't want to feel that. So, you know, somebody like Amy Winehouse, and it just seems like artists have a higher, you know, whether it's a writer or actor or singer, like they have a higher instance of substance abuse. Right? What's up?
I've always felt like artists should be a little fucked up, right?
I guess so. I mean, there's I guess plenty of normal people that, you know, like, I don't know, like let's say Steven Spielberg, you know.
He's not getting coked up.
I just don't imagine. You look at that guy. I don't know him. You could be totally wrong, but I just don't imagine him.
Well, when
being
I say like weird, I don't necessarily mean like a drugged out like fucking.
Like, should they be the fucking dude on the pirate radio boat that's never saying a word but he's sexy? I mean, that seems pretentious to me.
Yeah. But Steven Spielberg, I think, is I think if you met him, you'd be like, he's a weird dude.
Mm-hmm. He's like quirky and shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I think artists are supposed to be, like, fucked up somehow.
But somebody like Amy Winehouse, when people dismiss it as, like, well, what you think is going to happen, or she brought it on herself, or whatever, it's... I always feel like people are able to empathize way easier. It's like, well, what would you say if that was your brother?
Right.
Or that was your girlfriend, or your mom, or your best friend, you know?
Even like with her.
Like, they just get annoyed because she's famous or rich.
That's what I'm saying. Like, she's not a fucking junkie stealing your car radio. And, like, she's not hurting anybody. She was hurting herself.
She's alone in her apartment doing this shit.
Right.
I think that's a testament to how fucked up somebody is.
So where does that anger come from?
I don't know.
It's not like you're like, well, fuck these goddamn junkies. They're out there, like, robbing people or stabbing people for their checks and shit like that. It's like, I think her album's great. You know what I mean? That second album she did was phenomenal. So she's immensely talented. She's not hurting anybody but herself. So where does that anger come from? To be like...
No. I think it's probably just people that are angry with their own station. Like, there was a guy on Twitter who I was going back and forth with a little bit, and we eventually got to the bottom of, like, his annoyance is more with the media and the bandwagoneering, which I agree with. It's like Amy Winehouse drops dead, and then suddenly there's a huge segment of people who are suddenly Amy Winehouse fans, you know, like their albums skyrocket and shit like that.
Yeah.
You know, but I don't understand that either. Like, I don't understand suddenly being into somebody just because they died. Maybe it's just like the awareness is raised of them.
Yeah, absolutely.
That could be a deal.
You know,
right?
Like, who was this Amy Winehouse person? You know,
because if you've
for anybody who says she wasn't talented, it's like, that is not opinion. You're wrong.
Who's talented?
Like, you're just wrong, right? It's not like America's Got Talent and somebody shoves like fucking 80 ping pong balls in their mouth. Like, that's not a talent. That's more, say, a skill. Right. But to say Amy Winehouse, even if you don't like her music, isn't talented, is just wrong.
Right.
And somebody pointed out on Twitter, they're like, you know, sure, she was a good singer, but so are tons of black women in churches all across the South. It's like, yeah, but who's saying that it's more tragic that Amy Winehouse dies than one of them?
Right.
Again, like, it doesn't affect me personally that Amy Winehouse dies, or it doesn't affect me personally that some Black Baptist church choir singer does. Yeah, right. I just don't understand why people give a fuck one way or the other. You know, like, if you're a fan of hers, I see being upset that she's gone because you're not going to get any more Amy Winehouse music.
Right.
But if you weren't a fan, how the fuck could it possibly affect you to the point where you get mad?
Right.
We're like, fuck it, man. Fucking deserves it.
It's something about her too, because you remember, like, I always go. The one celebrity death that ever really affected me was Hunter S. Thompson, and like, he killed himself, and people weren't like, well, he fucking killed himself. He deserved it. Or, you know what I mean? There was no outpouring of anger for him.
Or like Hemingway.
Right.
Because they seem more tortured than anything.
Right.
Well, Hunter S. Thompson was sick, right? Isn't that why
He was
said
just
he did?
old.
Was he?
His leg was broken at that point, and he just wasn't healing.
Broken leg? Was he a horse?
Well, he couldn't heal. Like, it just wasn't healing, and he was a very like outdoor physical type guy. But he was another
Like Hemingway,
serious drug addict, right? And like, people don't have that. They put up on Sermon the Silent DJ from fucking Pirate
That's him?
Radio. Yeah, that's him. That's
my
pretty
God.
fucking
That's
funny.
that's the theme of the show today.
The silent DJ.
Yeah, that's him. That's a
Pirate
sexy
Radio.
guy. But yeah, I mean, I think it's just something against her because I mean, it is because I could see like when she was out there wandering around publicly, it's you could get annoyed at someone.
She's
like,
a spectacle.
yeah,
and,
just shut the fuck up and go away.
Yeah, just like Britney Spears. I mean, Britney Spears didn't die, but it's like every fucking day with Britney Spears fucking shaving her head and chasing people off with umbrellas and this and that, like acting like a fucking wacko.
Yeah,
And it's like you wouldn't know enough to get mad if one, the media didn't cover it, and two, you didn't fucking consume it.
right.
Like everybody got so pissed at the paparazzi when Princess Di got into that car accident and died. But it's like, look, the paparazzi doesn't exist unless there's people that want to fucking read about that shit.
A lot of people.
So every single person who's buying those fucking magazines at the time, because the internet wasn't real prevalent, you're responsible
Yeah.
in some small way for this medium being successful to the point where like they will chase people. I don't understand people that like drive like or like just drive faster. Tori Spelling crashing into walls at schools and shit. It's like you are constantly putting yourself out there. You're fucking writing books. You're on fucking reality shows. You're doing this and that, and they want to take your picture. Suddenly you're fucking shy
Right.
to the point where you're fucking driving around recklessly in a fucking schoolyard. You fucking dummy. Let them take your fucking picture, asshole. Stop endangering other people.
Right.
This is awesome. Is this Angry Bryan month? I love it.
Yeah,
I love
we're
it.
in the midst of it.
I love it. Keep it going.
You know?
I hope it doesn't end at the calendar month.
Celebrity death, one I would have been mad at if when Stephen King got hit by that.
Oh
idiot.
yeah, that would have
Yeah.
been tough.
Brian Smith, was that guy's name?
Yeah,
I think.
Oh, I love how he went after him too. He never forgave him.
No. He in fact, I thought he saw that the guy who hit him, that guy died somehow.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And his van went up for sale, and Stephen King bought it and had it crushed.
Really?
Like in a junkyard or something.
Holy
yeah.
shit, man! I mean,
Like,
he
that's
even wrote it into the Dark Tower. He wrote
Did he?
that into the Dark Tower. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
He had him kill one of the main characters. He fuck every interview. He's like this fucking idiot with his fucking dogs.
Yeah, he fucked him up, man. Like crushed his hips and legs and shit and all that. But
When he got hit, I was like, because at first it was like he was in bad condition.
Yeah, he may not have made it.
And I was like, oh my fuck, he didn't finish the Dark Tower series. I really was, and I was like, oh my god,
Really?
I don't know what's going to fucking happen. Turns out, wouldn't have missed that much. The ending wasn't all that great.
have you ever been affected by celebrity death, Ming, to the point where you're like, you felt down about it?
No,
or
not,
like,
not really. I keep hearing this weird story. I'll meet chicks who when they heard that Shannon Hoon died from Blind Melon.
Blind Melon, yeah.
I remember hearing this chick. She was like, "Yeah, I cried for a month." I'm like, "Are you fucking
That's
kidding
such
me?"
bullshit. Well, you were in college at that time, right?
No, this was. I mean, it was well past college, but I mean, she was a young chick.
What year did you
but,
graduate college?
96. So I mean, it was around there.
Yeah.
It was around
it was
there.
right
Yeah,
around that time.
I mean, she was a young chick, but she was well out of college, and I was like, "Are you kidding me? A fucking month you cried for
For a month.
freaking no rain."
Like, let's say like Justin Bieber met an untimely fate.
Oh, but,
There'd be a lot of fucking little girls that are upset.
yeah, but why?
They like his music. They think, I don't know. I can't speak from the mind of a
13-year-old
preteen or
right.
early teen girl, but I guess it's just that like puppy love, fucking fantasy type shit. You
Right,
know,
I can sympathize
they imagine
with that.
themselves fucking cuddling up with the Beeb and
Yeah, rubbing his
watching
fingers,
pirate radio.
fingers through that nice hair of his.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A nice hairdo.
You know what, dude? I might shed a few tears.
might
You put
cry
it that you might
Beeb
you put
died.
it that way, yeah.
It's disappointing when talented people die, but for the most part, it's just like, oh, that's fucked up. Like, who died? Oh, Brittany Murphy.
Yeah.
Like, I had that reaction, not like, I didn't cry for a month, but when I saw that, yeah.
You're overloading the mics here, dude.
Blew out the equipment.
If people didn't hear you before, they're hearing you now. Fucking Brittany Murphy.
When I remember like going to CNN and seeing that, being like, "Whoa!" Like, because she's so young and you just don't expect it, you know.
She's from Jersey, Edison, I think.
Was she?
Yeah.
Michael Jackson, like when he died, it's like it's not shocking afterwards, but like that initial, like, "Whoa, Michael Jackson!
Yeah, he's
Holy
dead.
shit,
What,
he died."
Is that right? And then you go to CNN and see if it's true. Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Yeah, Hunter S. Thompson had me down for like 2 days.
Remember that? I read that in the paper, and I think we were in San Diego, right?
San Francisco.
San Francisco, was it? Yeah, and I brought the paper to you, and I was like, "What do you think now?"
He's dead, Quinn.
Yeah.
All right, 2 days I'll give you, like a month if you're still curled up in a ball in your bedroom.
No, I wasn't crying, but it took the wind out of my sails for a day. I was like, oh, fuck, like, he meant a lot to me. Like, his writing specifically meant a lot to me. I was like, it sucks that he's gone. In fact, so much so that I remember when I was going through a really bad period, you bought me one of his books.
Oh, yeah.
And gave it to me.
I remember that.
And I felt a lot better, like, just reading it. This is one I hadn't read.
I saved the day.
You did.
I was a friend to you like Ming's a friend to Big House Comics.
That's right.
Yeah.
A shout out to both of them.
Mm-hmm.
So it's 101. We can go as long as we want today.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's 101, huh?
If you got more.
My ass is hurting.
If you got more, all I got is...
You didn't even talk about the Casey Anthony mask. Oh, you got something?
No, I was just going to plug stuff we got going on the network. You know, Red State trailer at coopersdell.com. Red State, 1 week Oscar qualifying run from August 19th to the 25th. Get your tickets at the new Quentin Tarantino, the landlord of the New Beverly Theater.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
In Los Angeles. I might be out for that.
Yeah?
Yeah, so if you guys want to come and
what's the date on it?
It's August 19th to the 25th.
I'll be shooting in Practical Jokers.
Here you go, Q. A lifelike rubber mask of Casey Anthony was the hottest selling item on eBay yesterday, sparking a bidding frenzy that hit a sickening $25,000. The seller claims the mask was the 6th of 9, sculpted by some guy. No matter what your opinion of the trial is, this is still one heck of a conversation piece. And I bet Nancy Grace would love one of these, he quipped. Wow, he's quipping all over. Casey Anthony, like we had for whatever fucking weird reason, she's willing to Tell 'em Steve Dave.
Oh, man.
Do you have her on?
No.
No?
No, because I can't ask, like, because anything she does right is now just going to be part of the mechanism of defending herself.
Sure.
And I don't want to give her any.
You don't want to put in another gear to that machine.
No.
All right.
I don't want to do it.
Yeah, why give her the opportunity to even sway one more person?
Right.
I admire integrity on that. You know, screw the ratings, screw the the obvious increased listenership you're going to have that week.
I mean, how much would the Tell 'em Steve Dave ratings go up if Casey Anthony was like, I'll only talk to them?
I mean, we'd probably be doing pretty good.
Yeah.
Somebody goes, Pahokee goes, Q, how bad were you that Bryan was picking you up?
It must have been pretty bad then.
This,
Hey! What's going on? Walter Flanagan, everybody.
There he is.
We're still going.
This, a mountain lion amazingly strolled more than 1,500 miles from the Black Hills of North Dakota to Connecticut, where its record-setting catwalk tragically ended when a fucking SUV ran over. Can you imagine, like, he walks that far? How the fuck did he walk that far?
It was what type cat?
A cougar, right?
How do they know it was that far?
He was a mountain lion.
Oh,
What's
mountain
that?
lion.
I guess it was tagged.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
Yeah, I don't know how they know.
It had to have
That he,
been. Well, I mean, there aren't many mountain lions in Connecticut either, right?
To me, that's like that's a good fucking, that's what life's all about, bro. You work, you struggle, you so hard, you get there, and then
Randomly fucking
just
hit,
dead.
get
hit by
iced.
SUV or RV.
It's over, Johnny. It's over.
Can you imagine that the New York Post, this is one of their stories. I really like the Post. I know it's a piece of shit. Like, I'm not defending it. But they have a story about and who does these fucking polls? That the average amount of money that kids get for a tooth, like when their tooth falls out, the tooth fairy, dropped. It was $3. last year, and now it's $2.60. Have your kids lost any teeth yet, Ming?
No, my daughter's...
I'm not due to your fucking fits of anger, but like natural tooth falling.
I didn't. Yeah. My oldest daughter's 6, so it's coming. That first tooth is coming out soon. So 260, you say? All right, I can handle that.
260.
Yeah.
I remember it being change, like coins.
Yeah, like you get a quarter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now it's you put dollar bills under there.
That's nuts.
It
what
is.
does a kid need with a dollar bill?
It is. Yeah. Yeah, my kid should have everything I provide for her, right?
Yeah, what does she need money for? All right, Ming. Fuck it.
It's over?
Is that it?
Yeah, I guess, right?
All right.
We still got to do Overkill today.
Oh, you do?
Yeah,
okay.
we do Overkill. We have no guests. We have no topic. We got no nothing.
All right, but we'll be back tomorrow, same time, 8 to 10 Pacific, 11 to 1 Eastern. And you want to try taking calls tomorrow? We'll see. We got.
Oh, yeah, we're going to take some calls today.
Yeah.
And if you want they heard how professionally we did those ads today.
Yes.
So if you want the same treatment as, say, a Powell hardwood flooring.
Yeah, or Big House Comics, my email me at ming@smodcastle.com.
Yeah, do that.
Cut rates this week, because of the short notice, so...
You giving them special rates? Are they so low you're not even going to announce them?
No, I'll let them know privately.
You got to talk to Ming.
You got to talk to Ming.
It's a big secret.
That's right. That's right. Because when we go daily, they're going to go up a little bit. Just because I don't know why.
Because we need the money.
Yeah, because we need the money.
I would love to organize a viewing of pirate radio, almost like
The Room.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be awesome.
That would be really fucking good. Can we do that?
Yeah.
You probably have to pay to have it to be able to publicly exhibit it, right?
It's rated R. Let me find out, because there's a thing going around in this area where every day they'll show an outdoor movie in a different spot with a blow-up screen, and I know the dude who runs it.
You're gonna fucking waste it on pirate radio.
I think that's great.
I know the dude who runs it, so maybe we can either get him. I don't know if his schedule's set. It probably is. Either get him to run it here in Red Bank.
The movie is legendary bad, so
or
it might be.
Or we can
fucking good.
Yeah, or we can.
Wait, you're talking about pirate radio or The Room?
No, pirate radio.
Oh, I would love to do both.
Yeah.
That was a very enjoyable experience. The Room, if you're not familiar with it, I feel
so great.
Sorry for you, but I also feel great for you, because if you go out and see it now, you still have that. It's like banging the first time. Like, oh my god, this is what it's like.
It can't be oversold. That's the thing about The Room. You can't oversell it. It's impossible.
It's just, it has to be seen to be believed. And in LA, they had midnight viewings at the Lemley.
Yeah, they still
Sunset.
do. Last Saturday of the month at the Lemley 5 on Sunset.
This guy knows a lot, man. They owe us $25 for that little plug.
Yeah, Tommy Wiseau, call me.
And I went with Lynch and what's it,
Jordy? Or
Lynch,
Matt
Jordy,
Kwasinski?
and the big dude. What the fuck's his name?
Yeah,
I can't remember his name. Not that it would fucking matter to anybody anyway. But Paul Rudd was in the audience, and Jonah Hill was there, and I hate to be a suck up, but Paul Rudd was so funny, his running commentary,
he's yelling shit out. Nice.
Yeah. He was actually because normally I'd be sitting there embittered, who the fucking celebrity thinks you're so fucking funny? But Paul Rudd was actually really funny. Yeah, he was good. And I mean, people bring.
He was throwing spoons and shit.
People
at the screen?
bring, spoons or forks? Is it
spoons?
Is it
spoons? Yeah.
Yeah. And they have big bags of spoons. They're throwing them all over, and
throwing the football around.
Mm-hmm. They play football and shit. Yeah, it was pretty fun to go to. Yeah. So
I feel like pirate radio.
So Paul Rudd. Keep an eye out for him. He's up and coming.
It's not The Room bad though. It can't be.
It's not The Room bad, but it's bad.
It's not The Room enjoyable.
Yeah, no. It's just fucking terribly bad. But I could see people getting up and dancing in the middle of it.
Jumping Jack Flash.
Give it a watch. See what you think.
Okay, I'll check it out.
Right on.
All right, I'll have a review tomorrow.
All right, we'll be back tomorrow, 8 to 10. And watch the Red State trailer and Katie Morgan and Cassie Young tonight at midnight Eastern.
Have you listened to that?
I have. It's sexy.
Is it?
Yeah, they're pretty
pop
frank.
boners?
That late at night, yeah. I always
Can you pop a boner by them just talking about it?
They're pretty. They talk. Yeah, the stuff they talk about. Sure.
What do they talk about? Graphic?
Yeah, eating ass and
Ugh.
My God.
jerking guys off. The stuff that the stuff they're both the one Katie was. I don't know if Cassie's still active in the adult film industry, but
Who's that? Cassie who?
Cassie Young, look her up. She's very beautiful.
We'll do that right
Tell me
now.
what to do.
All right. Hey, excuse me.
So they have a 2-hour show every night?
I don't know how long it goes.
How do you spell her name?
Cassie Young.
Cassie,
Yeah,
I guess.
tall, leggy blonde.
Cassie.
Leggy blonde.
Lucky blonde.
What? She looks good in heels. Come on, dude.
So you
Give
just
me
sit
that.
there and listen to it.
Yeah.
Fucking creep.
Ming, you on Google Plus?
Sitting in a closet
am, yes.
while your
I
fucking
am on
family
Google
sleeps
Plus.
mere feet away.
And me,
Stroking off. Fucking whacked out.
hey,
fuck.
I'm not, like you said, I'm there alone in my house. I'm not hurting anybody, right? So,
Or your fucking wife and kids never got back from Wildwood 3 weeks ago.
Oh, Cassie.
Oh, they just must be having a good time, I guess. How's
yes.
she look, you?
She's
pretty good.
Yeah?
she's very beautiful.
And she's going to do it regularly with
Oh,
her now?
Lord.
Yeah.
Let me see this.
Oh, good Lord,
This is
what?
disgraceful.
Disgraceful.
Spread eagled.
Oh, come on.
That's what she does.
She's got a pretty smile.
Yes, that's what she
Just
does.
move that cock out of the way and you can see her smile.
Yeah.
So so the show is called Having Sex with Katie Morgan, co-hosted by Cassie Young, 9 p.m. Pacific,
Oh, give a
midnight
listen.
Eastern. And Jackman pops on every so often.
Jackman's
Good friend,
another good guy.
a good friend, Jim Jackman. Good, very good guy.
Nah, see, I'll allow that.
Okay.
Jackman's a friend. He's cool.
Friend, Canadian, good guy. Good guy, eh, buddy?
She's got a couple tattoos, this Cassie, yeah.
Yeah.
Not overly done, right? I can't remember.
No, not really.
Wasn't
All
looking
right,
there.
fucking whatever, see ya.
All right. So see you tomorrow, and I think Flanagan will be back tomorrow. Bryan, Quinn.
I will not be. I'll try and call in.
All right,
That'll
cool,
be good.
awesome. All right, see you tomorrow.
Bye.
And where's my sounder? Oh, here we go.
So long, gay boys.
All right, sorry. All right.
I speak, what fire. Walt Flanagan in full effect, boy. One man or a creature stuck behind this counter. Man, a machine is the big mystery. And with every transaction, I cement my place in history. See my fingers dance across the register keys, they leave in your mouth agape. And it's not just because I make King Kong look like another ape. It's just another sale to the comic selling alpha male. I could sell comics to a blind man. A Wednesday warrior through and through. And you'll buy everything I tell you to. I sell comics, baby. Comics, baby. Comics, baby. Ooh, yeah. Oh, shit is blazing. Can you feel this heat wave? Yeah, ain't nothing to do with the weather either. Nah, it's all about Flanagan's mad money making skills. Ka-ching. Retail genius. Yeah, setting the economy on fire. Woo, one trade back at a time. This ain't no library either, motherfucker. You're gonna pick that up, then you're gonna buy it. You're gonna buy it anyway. Cause Walt's gonna sell it to you. Yeah. Flanagan in full effect. Damn right. That's what he does. He sells comics, baby. Comics. Baby. Yeah. He sells comics, bitch. NWW2. The allies kick Nazi arson. Hit us up 999. I just like my competition when I had not going out of business sign. Yeah. Yeah. I could sell comics to a blind man, a Wednesday warrior through and through, and you'll buy everything I tell you to. I sell comics, baby, comics, baby, comics, baby, ooh, yeah.
This has been a production of Smodcast Internet Radio. Sir, only at smodcast.com.